about his lead run. So the guy's working right now, again, on one cylinder, and team working hard to get it back together.
Bummer. Thank you so much for the update. So down a cylinder, seven cylinders.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm not sure this live yet, but let me check some stuff right here. This doing a test run, and yeah, let me think it's live. It's telling me right now it's live. So I'm doing a test run because we're gonna do this with me and Lexus. This is Formula Drift. Me and Lex King, guy is always on the podcast. We're gonna do some stuff. Let me check on here real quick. The chat thing should pop up here in a second. And what we're going to be doing we're going to be doing FD live, pretty much, going through the podcast just like we do normal. Alexa being here, so I want to do a dry run. Actually, is already going on right now. Top 16 is already in motion. Lex and I, what we're going to do is pretty much on the days, if time allows for both our schedules, we'll both get up and we'll do the podcast simultaneously while doing a live chat and everything.
Coming down the hill as the Oracle lights are on the back bumper of that BMW. Look at that nasty flick by Dean Carney. Oh, Brandon going off.
Wow, so right into it, right off the track.
Understeer, did something happen? I mean, Brandon absolutely.
All right, so what I need you guys to do to help me out, because again, I'm doing the settings and everything right now. Let me know how the volume sounds on your end, and I'll adjust it up and down. And I'll save the settings, and everything will be magic. Let me turn my phone down first.
12-cylinder Viper behind me. I need to go fast. 10-cylinder. I need to go super fast, and just kind of overcook it into the first corner. Understeer a little bit, and then basically pretty much couldn't get out of that. Let's take a look at it again. We see a lot of this here.
Everything is looking good. Got my levels are good. This is good. So it's good. So I used to do live streams a little bit ago and everything will work out. But I didn't. XSplit has gotten so much better since my very first podcast was live streamed, but the settings were all whack. So it seems like everything's going good. I'm watching on my phone. Everything looks clean and live. The volume sounds good. So again, let me know how it sounds on your device, iPod, your tablet, wherever you're watching, and I'll adjust the volumes to normalize and kind of make it easy for everybody, because sometimes you got iPhones have better mics and stuff like that than Androids and Google Pixies or whatever hell out there, so they sound a little bit better. All right, awesome, David. But yeah, so again, man, we're gonna be doing this again for the guys who don't know me, new to the stream and everything. Also, if you guys could, I'm gonna share it on my end. If you could, just go ahead and share it, get the party going and everything, and I'm not going to monetize these because I don't have a deal with Formula Drift yet, and I don't want to get dinged for like using their stuff. So this is Formula Drift stuff right in my feed. Pretty cool app and everything. It takes it right off the so it's live right now. So it's a live. So it's Inception we're going on right now. So I need to get damn glasses.
On the road, he will advance into the Great Eight. Wow, oh my goodness.
Whoa, off the track right there. So who's the driver?
Looks a little bit more interesting because there was contact there, at least from what I saw.
All right, so we got a car off the track right there and everything. Look like a little bit too hot. For guys who are new to drifting or never seen it, what happens right there? Pretty much, the guys, you kind of get into it, you start to over rotate. Drifting is pretty much a balance in between being out of control and in control, and pretty much we're out of control, in control. If that sounds good at all. So pretty much what this guy did, whoever the lead driver was, again I couldn't see. Yeah, I gotta get something so I can see the damn screen, because I can't keep looking over at my monitor over there. Right here, e-brake. Oh, a little tap. Oh, my bad. Actually, that wasn't a lead driver that got tapped from the back. So anyway, again, this is going to be a lot more better with Lexus. Lexus knows all these guys. This is my second season getting back into FD, and I know a good amount of these dudes, but I don't know them like personally. But Lex will Lex will definitely be good. So it'll be kind of boring by myself. I'm not a color commentator and stuff like that. But anyway, we'll be watching them together. So again, as this stuff happens, because again everything's looking good right now. My bit rates are good. I'm not dropping frames. It sounds good. It looks good on my phone right here. Definitely gonna be doing this more, and not only Formula Drift. I'm getting back into competition, so I won't be here a bunch. But when I'm available, I'll be doing it. So we'll be doing a Russian Drift series, D1 here and there. D1 is dying, man. So anyway, they're sending it again.
Kind of a straight line approach.
So this is the Sorensen. I've heard a lot about these Sorensen kids. Well, that's everybody calls them Sorensen kids. So it's a girl and a boy, and from what I gathered, I guess the parents have a good amount of cash, and I don't know the story, but I just heard things like I guess they bought their way in or whatever. How they're in there. They're driving right now. I'm sitting here talking to you guys live about some other drifters, pro drifters driving. Don't know how they got there. They got there, and and also while we're doing this, it's not analytics. We're just gonna talk, man. So the drifting is background. So of course, Alexis was talking yesterday, and there was a picture of Adam LZ. And it was with a bunch of, it was Osbo and JR, Denof and all these guys, and all these vets. And you got the one new guy who's second season right here, man, and he's up there, man. People got to get this thing out of their mind about the, time in means you're supposed to have seniority. That's how I probably used to work a little bit ago, but now the social media is a bit different. So, honestly, man, if you got the balls, you got the skills, you got the cars, you can get out there and drive. So it's going to happen a bunch, trust me. So you can't have and I don't like the gatekeeper thing. And me being in the drift scene a long time, I don't portray that as what I don't like that. So who's lining up here right now? Looks like Osbo.
Oh boy, we got Nick Fosekis. He's texting me some things right now. Our director's making claims right now. What do we got, Cam?
I'm gonna turn the audio up a little bit.
Nick Fosekis on the building, tuning in, watching. Hashtag FDATL at Formula D on IG. A lot of info just streaming in, coming in. Dean Carney, Brandon Sorensen, and that sun drops. It gets brisk, and I really think that's going to play another role.
So that was Dean Carney, Brandon Sorensen.
Drivers. And Dean, he was notably one that said, I've been driving on the same tires for 10 years, and now I got to change them? That
was pretty good. You went halfway on that.
Yeah, I didn't go full on.
But anyway, man, for the guys who are watching out there, since they're doing their little jet right now, what are you guys driving right now? If you do drift, what are you got any competitions coming up and everything? Again, just use a live chat. Talk to me, and I can respond. I got the live chat screen where I can put it up on the screen here, but I don't like how it looks in the feed, so I'll just use my phone here to talk. It's better, it looks cleaner, and also you can see my cool background, my girl right there behind me and everything. So also, I'm gonna use this to definitely plug. Everything you see back here is for sale. I got the Pinku style shirt on. Got the banner right there. Only this guy and this shirt's for sale. Everything else is stuff on my wall. And that design was done by my wife's sister daughter, she's in anime school for drawing and everything, man. So she's really, really good. She just turned 18, and she drew this when she was 16 and a half. So yeah, man, she's really good, really talented, and I've put some money into her to get some stuff and everything. So anyway, man, my plans and everything, I got some stuff coming up while they're doing their deliberating and stuff like that to try to figure out what's going on. I am going to Atlanta on July 4th, so if you're in Atlanta, definitely stop by. If you never met me, been online and all that stuff like that, stop by. I'll be with Alan Newsom of British Motor, who actually is at FD right. Okay, so we got one more time. All right.
He put up a roadblock.
All right, so we got it one more time. Is it one more time?
And I'm kind of with that.
All right, so we got this right here.
I can totally see it.
Yeah, and the biggest buzz is my guy out there, Ryan Literal, who we've been buddies on Facebook for a good time. I'm actually gonna get Ryan and Jake on, myself and Lex, and we're gonna dismiss this RB battle and everything that's going on right now, because a lot of guys out there, man, they're talking so much shit on RB, man. I was going to Dave. Oh shit, man, David. I didn't realize your name, David. Man, you're one of my good customers, man. Good to see you got the thing back there.
The relentless one, 818, is in the building. So now, who is Dean Carney going to be going against? Will it be?
All right, who we got?
Toyota Supra, Frederick Osbo, or the
All right, so we got Jeff Jones and Osbo coming up. One thing I hate how guys do, man, is automatically assume that dudes like Osbo. Osbo is a great driver, man, but I like when it's just like a UFC fight. When the thing first starts and everything, man, it's like whoever whatever happens, and whoever wins, wins. So I don't like to put like, Osbo's going to get it just by default. You know, he's good, but we have seen Osbo lose. We've seen Daigo lose. We've seen Nakamura lose. All those top shelf drifters and everything, man. So it's pretty cool to see. I just like see everything, how things go down. Because when you get into like even sometimes the announcers, I will say that about Formula Drift again. I'm not affiliated with Formula Drift at all. I will not monetize this video because I don't want to get smacked by using this stuff. I'll try to get some contract going, but for right now I won't monetize, which is cool. But FD has a D1 and all those guys. The commentary is kind of skewed towards like what drivers, so you can hear him talk more highly of Osbo versus Jeff Jones, which again, these guys are pro drivers. So we going right here. Got lead on there.
Jeff Jones leading. Frederick Osbo giving chase. Jeff Jones initiating into that first.
Nice entry right there.
And look at that transition. Well done. Look at Osbo just nicking that course marker. Jeff
See
Jones
that touch.
for the fences. Fills that second outside zone into that second front clip outside of the keyhole. Jeff Jones shot it outside wide. Then tries to tighten it up there on that touch and go. And then Jeff Jones across.
So we got a little like kind of in the third section. You had a little bit of contact by Osbo, which I think they're going to deduct right there. There was a little bit of contact. Osbo kept the drift right there, but there was definitely contact between tire door and the tire, looked like front and rear tire. So I think from watching this, I'm thinking that they're going to give Jeff the lead. He had less mistakes. Nice massage of that clipping point. Touch. Jeff kind of
compromises, but then he goes a little bit wide. He has to work his way back to the touch and go. He goes a little bit late there. Osbo adjusts as well, and another great battle between these two veterans of the sport.
Yeah, so I think for my just watching it overall, it looks like Jeff made the least amount of mistakes. Lead run driver, you pretty much set the pace. You're moving clipping point for the guys that don't know. Formula Drift in different runs, they play it a little bit differently. So some guys will say, hey, you're the moving clipping point, or you have to establish the pace and stuff like that. Obviously, for the guys who are tuning in don't know the system of drifting, the lead runner has a responsibility to navigate the course. Per the given regulations in the driver's meeting, you have to do what they say. They say, hey, they want you off this clip, they want you on this clip, you got to do all that stuff. So, but you guys are not seeing or know that there's different rule sets for each event. They're not the same. So the judge will say, hey, I want you guys to be more on this clip or more back from this part, or I want you to be, throttle down full by this point. So if you're not doing all that stuff as a lead driver, you got to set the course. The guy in the back job is to follow, mimic you as close as possible. Only pass if you're just totally for a safety reason, or if you're like off the track, or you're just done. So it's not the lead driver's fault if you can't keep up and things like that.
Osbo's initiation a little bit different than Jones's. Osbo big angle there from the onset. He's been impressing with that initiation, but Jones.
So yeah, I'm interested to see what they're gonna say right here. Just from watching right here, it looked like Jeff did a little bit better on that run. Check out the comments. Sorry about this, guys.
Push out ahead again. So good battle here. Nothing left on the track between these two guys.
Hey, what's going on, Carlos? Thanks for joining. So, like my chat's dropping off and everything. So, this is the first one unannounced. I didn't post anything up. I'm about to share it really quickly to probably get some more people in here. But the let's see.
We got Jeff Jones getting the win. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Jeff Jones getting the win.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I missed the first one, man. So, again, guys, this is pretty much a software test. This is not by any means the official live stream. Again, me and Lex will do it. We'll start from top 32. Again, depending on both our time zones and everything, we might have to do top 16 because it's already done. I did notice they had the knockout round and everything, which is like you run your top run and stuff like that. I got to research that on my own to see how that's going to go, because before I talk about it and sound stupid. But it seems like some people like it, some people don't. I'm for anything that's going to speed up the event, because that's one thing that, again, viewers out there who don't know business or don't know what's going on, the more you're out there, the more time, the more it costs to rent that track. So speeding everything up is better. So we got the Odie, Bacchus, and Travis Reeder going up right here. So, yeah, man, check this out right here. But yeah, man, you definitely wanna get in and out of there because the time you're in there, every second you're in that track, you're paying that track, so they gotta make their money.
His own, but he was given a little bit of a gift there by having Osbo's whatever that was, suspension brake.
Yeah.
The right
He
rear.
might have hit the rumble strip or something.
Yeah, but
Because that was his back left.
it was his right rear.
his
that
back
was broken.
right.
Yeah, so we don't know.
But yeah, man. So I'm sharing this up right there. Again, guys. I just got up and my family's a little bit under the weather, so nobody's going outside, and also it's crappy weather outside. So Odie.
Look at that. Reader jumps into formation. Absolutely frazzled by that. Woo! Reader overcooks it now. Again, Ryan, this seems like a different Odie Bakshis in 2021. Travis Reader debuting this new car. Odie Bakshis loud and proud. Just nasty with it. Look at
There's a little bit of a sloppy run by Travis there. I've seen a lot better. Of course, we all have. Again, that's the cool thing about this. The cool thing about the drifting stuff, man, is like again, I like to make the correlation to fighting a lot because guys who don't know, I do train martial arts, MMA, jiu-jitsu, judo, and it's cool, man. It's like, you'll have two fighters, and they just don't match up, or they don't match up, or they match up great. Right here, Odie is aggressive as always. He's doing his thing, clipping point, touch, knockdown right there. Travis got very sloppy right there. Then he has to lay down and kind of catch up. So right here, clearly, Odie's going to take that. That's too much of a gap right there to make up. So they're going to definitely give that to Odie on that run. If it goes any other way than that, I'll be shocked.
It looks like Reader might be broken.
Yeah, he is calling a competition timeout, actually. So
See how the car's moving around.
Oh, yeah. Weeble wobble.
Wow, yeah, so he is calling a competition timeout now. Let's see if we can get one more look at it. But it looks like on the
Yeah, but yeah, man, this is a good time to be alive, man. All this crap going on outside and all this pandemic stuff and everything that's going on, man, it's just cool to be able to you know what I mean? Like I'm good, my family's healthy, got a lot of stuff to do, tax saturating and things like that, but got to take a little downtime. So I'm in my shop right now for the guys who don't know. Again, new viewers, this is a Pinku Style podcast. Normally we come, I don't do any live stuff. Had some issues before. Left it alone for a little bit, and I'm guessing XSplit really fixed their stuff, man, because it's really good. Looking at my phone, I've dropped like a few frames here and there, but it looks really, really good.
Obviously, a big celebration right now. Who is hanging out with Lorette? Lorette?
Guys, look at the smile on this man's face. He was cylinder. He got it fixed. Jeff Jones, the team got it fixed. Took down a Titan in Osbo.
Yes. Oh man, taking Osbo down to get it 8 is always the best 8. And right now, the rest of you guys better get your game ready because I'm coming for you. If I get past Osbo, the rest of you are cake, bro. I'm excited. We're gonna send this.
Yeah.
Got the tools ready for the supercharger. We're pulling that sucker off tonight. We're sending it, bro. Sending it. We're sending it, bro.
Jared, back to you.
Yo, it's electric.
Jeff is excited, man. Again, man, man, this is why, watching it is one thing, but that's why I went drifting yesterday, did some stuff with RX-8, so if you're going to channel, definitely check out the RX-8 video I did yesterday. Fucking mule of a car to drift that damn, that 13B in there or whatever, man. That thing was a bitch, man. But anyway, man, again, man, it's, you see guys see me smiling there real quick, man, because, that, man, all the stuff that goes into getting on that track. Everybody who's watching, you guys are all in the motorsports pretty much. Probably you've had last minute stuff. Drifting, I don't know what it is about drifting, but you almost always end up doing shit last minute. It's like even if you prep something like that, you forget, or you even leave out and you forget something there, or you got to stop to the store and get some tools. But to see that excitement, it makes me happy, man, because I know everything that goes behind getting ready to the track. I got again 2 cars outside that I've been prepping for goddamn nearly over a year between customer stuff and also funds and things like that. And just doing things differently because
Top 16, Jeff Jones, Dean Carney. Next up, we have that the second half of that battle. Odie Bakshis, Travis Reader. He called that competition timeout, so he called the TO.
yeah. So anyway, man, it's just cool to see guys that are doing it, getting it done and everything. And my thing, man, is you'd be happy for guys out there, man. Eventually you'll get into it because the thing about it, 2020 I was supposed to come back to resume drifting here in Japan, pro level stuff. And then, of course, Corona happened legitimately. I lost a good amount of cash in the business. And my goal was keeping my business floating, not out there drifting or whatever. That's for me. My life is different. I don't have nothing to do with other guys. And people say, oh, man, well, this guy was doing it, this guy was doing it. Well, this guy is also sponsored by Ford and gets a shit ton of money. I'm not. My business is different, too. So you would only ever see me driving under somebody else's banner if it's a significant amount of money. I'm not doing it for 15%, man. I tell you, man, the guys out there who know, I hit that with a hit that hard, man. Don't sell your soul for 15 goddamn percent. But anyway, to see these guys out there running, to see Jeff face the excitement is just because, again, man, it takes a lot of stuff to get there. See these young faces out there for the LZ guys, man. LZ's bringing a lot of cats out there too. And everything. But anyway, definitely I'll be back again. Keep staying happy, staying positive for your counterparts out there. It's a good vibe because if you're home with sap and you're bitching and crying about, I can't get there, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. Pretty much, man, is, once you get around, people remember those salty posts you put up online and how you treat people. And then, even though we're most all self-sufficient in the drift community, you need guys to get things done. So being a dickhead, it's not going to help your case. So definitely, man, just keeping it positive and everything. I'm definitely going to be back out there for the guys who support me and check out the circle and everything. Thank you, guys. For the guys who are new to it, again, just go back, check out the stuff, man. I've been doing this for a long time, and that's all I'm going to say. You can go back and see everything. It's already done. I don't need to talk about it. Yeah, man, again, I see 7 guys on here. Let me see what's going on right there. We got my guy, Bart. This is Nico in there. Just got Nico in here, Carlos. So, yeah, man, again, man, just feel free to spam the chat box, which any questions you may have here. I can answer them live on the air. Again, I'm not commentating FD. We're just watching and, little tidbits there because, I got the volume up so you can hear those guys talking. So, not commentary. So, just utilize this time also if you guys got any tech questions, any build questions, things like that. Just throw them in the chat box, and I got them on my phone. I'll answer them for you live on the spot right here, free. Or you can send me money to PayPal, billing@pinkustyle.com. And I'll definitely take your money. But anyway, man, I'm just looking forward to getting back out there. I will be doing Formula Drift Pro, Pro Spec. But first, got to get there, do some entry rounds. And you guys ask, man, I'm in Japan. Why would you go back to the States and do Formula Drift? Simply, man, Formula Drift is more eyeballs, it's more innovative, and it's more money. I'm not in this. I'm not, drifting. Even yesterday, it's cool to go out there and do a little demo for the Arcade I did. For the guys who didn't see the video, go check it out. Definitely also please subscribe. It's just a different mindset with drifting and everything. I'm not really in it for, just sliding sideways is cool, but you want to do different stuff to keep it innovative, I guess to keep it fun, because after you learn how to drift, and also I'm a solo guy, so I go a lot by times by myself. I got to challenge myself and do different things to keep me in it. Where I live at is a different group of guys, different age bracket, and to be honest, I just don't mesh well with those guys because I've been through a lot in my life. They're just coming up and just getting going. So when you got a guy that's established, I got a business, I got a family, and you got a single guy who's still trying to do it, the mindsets are different and expectations are different. I have zero time for bullshit, drama, all that Instagram, Twitter beef. We can settle it face to face, so we're not going to do that. So anyway, that's why my approach is much different. I think FD Pro Spec will net me more money, more eyeballs, and more return on the profit. And that's all it is about guys that are doing business. The ROI is very important. You're going to lose money in the process of doing any business. Everybody's on crypto and all this stuff now, myself included. And it's a gamble, but at the same time, you don't do nothing, you don't get nothing. So, at the same time, you got to also go out there and make it happen. So that's what's going to happen. So we got these commercials going right now. So it's going to come back here soon. Yeah. Nico, on that, actually, no, I was against. I didn't like competition drifting. And the reason I didn't like it is because it was at that time it was something that wasn't obtainable. Once it became obtainable and I seen how it was cool. I got into it, but at the same time, once you get into stuff and you see how it really is, I'm competitive by nature, but at the same time, I put that time and money into my business, which puts me where I'm at right now. 5 years later, been international business, worldwide performance, exporting, and all that stuff. If I was taking that money and putting it into a drift competition, that gave me that also in Japan was counted out before I even started. Skills aside, man. To be a gaijin, you got Gaijins like, Andy Gray was one of the top Gaijin, is one of the top Gaijin drifters, multiple wins Formula Drift. But Andy is undeniable. Andy also put in a lot of time, and also Andy will tell you, even though he worked at Ibisu, there was a lot of time where he wasn't on the track and things like that because he was making his business happen. So people assumed that because Andy Gray was at Ibisu, and all those guys that helped Andy the years were at Ibisu, that they would slide every day. That wasn't the case. So you got to work. You got to work for sure. All those guys out there that you're watching right now, that we're watching right now, put in the work. Most of these guys are shop owners. And we're lining up right here. Something happened right there.
Yes, it's the spring. Yep, you're gonna need that.
Somebody lost the spring. This is in Atlanta with PA tags. How that happened, man? So you got somebody on there with Atlanta PA tags. Yeah, I know who you are, Bob. I just didn't want to say your name on air unless you wanted to be there. So this is my buddy and longtime partner, team member, Barbie Nico in here. One of the best hairstylists, hair cutters, barbers, whatever you want to call it, in the States there. So yeah, everything's going good. I'm definitely gonna be out there. Let me check and see. So the thing's going up and down. I got 3 of you guys in here, and there was 7 guys in there. But again, share it. I will be doing this more now. It's 5 people in here, so I will be doing these more. I wouldn't announce it because sometimes it will happen, sometimes it won't happen. But just know if there's an FD live stream going on, again, I will try to get my guy Lex in here, and we'll chop it up and everything. So I see LZ in the background spinning around, signature car. Like I'm sitting about maybe 8 feet away from my monitor up front. I don't want to keep looking over here, but you could just see the cars that stand out. I met Castro before. We had a Castro. Castro. When I met Castro at Ibisu, our initial meeting was not good because he was touted as this top driver. I didn't know who the hell he was, and Andy, I was seeing he was getting the treatment from Power Vehicles, and that was also the time where I started pulling back from Ibisu a little bit. A little bit of money and stuff got in there, and obviously you guys seen Castro, so I'm not sure of his process, but he got a good amount of money. But yeah, our first interaction wasn't good. I'll just say that it wasn't good. I had to, it kind of was a establishing dominance type of thing, and people, when they don't know, and also where you're from, people, they kind of talk differently to different people, and I don't play that shit. I don't care who you are, how much money you got. You respect me as a man, I respect you as a man. So he got the point, and we chopped it up later on. But again, our initial stuff wasn't good. Wasn't good.
I just saw that sign.
So anyway, that aside, that was our interaction, and that was a cool story. So again, I know a lot of these cats, some of them personally, some of them impersonally. But anyway, man, we talked a bunch about LZ last season, man. I'm very happy for this guy. People, again, man, I like LZ simply because he gets a lot of hate. So let's see what's up.
LZ give a chase. We got a clean start. Castro comes in across the nose of LZ's S15. Down to that front
Aggressive entry right there from Castro.
No nervousness whatsoever as Castro now comes to that first outside zone and the second in the keyhole. Both of them filling that second outside zone. Oh, man, LZ being absolutely soaked in smoke.
Little contact.
But still, so from whatever happened in 32.
Major props to LZ, man, because I know last season was his first season, and getting lost in the smoke was definitely a thing. And yeah.
Good battle here.
Yeah, man. This season, then one more season, man. He's man. I'm just happy for this cat, man, because again, everybody YouTube aside, people again assume YouTube only is how you make money. I'm not in his pockets. I don't care about how much money he makes from his viewers and stuff like that. But YouTube is not kicking the door like they used to. He used the platform. Pretty sure he's getting broke off a little bit, but it's the other stuff he's doing outside of YouTube and using YouTube for that promotion. So same thing like my channel. Like I got just under 7,000 subscribers. I've been doing this since 2000. My channel opened in like 2000. I don't think 2012 or no 2006. Yeah, 2006. But I mean, I just did gaming videos. Then I started doing street stuff, and then I changed my channel like around about 2011, 2012, and like kind of rebranded, so to speak. I did the MCM crap with GT Network. Never do that shit out there, guys. we start a YouTube channel, stay away from MCMs, and they do nothing for you. And I was on a contract with those guys for about I think 4 years. And actually, for the last 2 years, I didn't upload a single video and turned everything off. All right, so we got LZ leading. Nice entry. Castro went. Oh, almost. Nice. Guys, keep it tight, LZ. I think this is looking like one more time because both elite. He kept it together, almost over rotated there a little bit. Castro, I did like Castro's entry. It was aggressive. I like that style. Yeah. But Steven Still, man, again, this is his second season pro. Castro's been there for a bunch.
Zone 1 and 2, and you can see he was on throttle right there at the beginning of outside zone 2. Castro struggled a little bit.
Sorry guys, I'm not talking because I'm not trying to analyze. I'm not
LZ throws big angle through the touch and go, and then a nasty flick back around, which he throws right at that angle, holds it.
Yeah, so his entry was back a little.
And we saw that with the Denova battle.
Yeah, he was. I was gonna say he almost a little bit more throttle right there would have been over rotation and definitely a spin. A little bit of contact.
Throughout this run, especially things like this, coming down the touch and go, snapping it back around super fast through that final inside flip, and taking a look at.
Yeah, I can't wait to get Lex on here though. This will be a lot more entertaining. Lex is very, if you guys don't know, he's a very animated guy, and again, Lex is more. He's also done the color commentary, so he'll be able to do some live stuff. But when Lex gets on here, what I'll probably do is actually turn off the I won't have the commentary on in the background, so kind of got that on so you guys can kind of hear what's going on by the commentators. But yeah, man, I just want to give major props to the FD team. Anybody who's on FD team, I will be sending out some emails regarding some business stuff. So if you're watching from, and you know if you see this from FD again, just know I'm not monetizing your feed. I'm not monetizing your feed. This will be unmonetized. That way I don't get into illegality trouble. So you guys are there again with YouTube channels. You definitely got to be careful. It's a business. Anything with large money is going to have potential lawsuits. So if I monetize this and later down the line, this thing starts to blow up, what starts to happen is I started getting emails from execs at Formula Drift, and also I get dinged by YouTube because I do know the rules, and the rules state you cannot if it's not your original, even though this is my podcast, I'm using a feed from another entity, so you can't do that.
We got that long shot, so this is where it gets interesting.
Castro on the right in the chase, and LZ on the left. LZ a little bit tighter on the chase coming up the hill. Castro surging, keeping it close on the right-hand side of your picture. LZ, big angle.
Yeah, man. Let's see where right there. I'm trying to share this around to some more places that I won't get ripped for sharing to. See, it's gonna be. Let's see.
All right. So it looks like Eggert says Adam LZ. Rhineland. Adam LZ gets the win. LZ unanimously gets the win.
Wow. Man, so let me give my opinion on this. I mean, it was mistakes on both parts, but what we're seeing, man, again, my story aside in the beginning about Castro. Again, don't know the guy personally. I just mentioned my counter I had with him. But LZ, there was definitely some inconsistencies right there, but he kept it together. It's the passing of the torch you're seeing live right here. LZ is bringing money, man. I hate to say it, man, out there, guys. This is about money. Their FD is looking to take their drifting into a different stratosphere. They become known as number one. And honestly, the fact that I'm doing live stream with FD and not any other series, man, I don't see other series is really doing anything that's spectacular. That's worth the time. To be honest, my time is valuable, and I do value that. But yeah, man, LZ is coming in, bringing that YouTube crowd, and definitely bringing more viewers. So Travis Reeder's broken. Nice free run right there. So just a little bit of practice. Nice on the clip. So yeah, man, definitely give a shout out to my guy Bridge David Adams, my guy Alan Newsom doing his thing right here. I've got a picture of him on the Bridge Motor website doing his thing over there. And he's a crew member for Buy Now Japan. My guy Raman Razul, who I introduced Alan to a little bit ago. Also, Alan is driving a truck that I got from Raman. It used to be mine. So again, on the last podcast, we were just shotting out the circles, man, and keeping the circles tight, keeping the circles positive, man, and everything again is just going well. So yeah, man, he's over there. So yeah, they didn't make it through. Masayama, he was driving a borrowed car. His S15, I believe, or the BMW is being worked on right now. So it's pretty cool. Definitely cool. Good to see him out there, and it's gonna be good because Alan's gonna be my guy for actual Formula Drift when I come over and things like that. So yeah, again, for the guys out there listening, watching, and stuff like that, again, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to share and everything. It's going to make the channel grow. I will do some kind of announcements. We'll make it set in stone for the guys in the IG and stuff like that. This is a Pinku style coming to you with a actual live FD breakdown, and make it happen that way. Yeah, man, it's very excited for what's to come. I'm excited to get over there again on the 4th. It'll be my first time drifting in America since 2007. And when I left America, I wasn't. I had the KA. Like most guys, I had Carlos on a little while ago for I think episode number 101. Carlos was telling him about his wife Amy, who got me into actual like real drifting because she was already doing it, and I didn't know she was a woman. And I was telling guys, yeah, I drifted and all that stuff like that. I had opportunities to actually drive with JR when he was a Falcon driver with the SR20, S13, and I blew him off, and that's actually JR right there in the commercial. And I didn't know who he was. And the guy was like, hey, man, this dude JR is doing this. And I told the dude, yeah, I'm a drifter and all that stuff like that. And gave, like, literally he was going to link. He had his phone number, was going to call him out, blew him off. And, like, you know what I mean? That was, don't be a dick, man. You know what I mean? I was a young dick or whatever, and I blew up for opportunity to meet a guy who now has way too many people, like, following him. And now once you get to that level of people following you, man, you kind of, because I understand it, you kind of keep that circle tight, so you have to really do something significant in that person's eyes to kind of be let in. I'm going to do what I'm doing. I'm not looking to get anybody's circle, so I'm not going to go out of my way to get into the dude's circle. We just have common traits, being that we're from Maryland. I'm a tech guy. I was in the computers. He was, working in the IT field, and then he went over there. So I noticed a lot of drifters actually, a lot watching. Who are you and where are you watching from? And also let me know how the feed's going and things like that. If you're experiencing any bit drops and stuff like that, I'll make notes and I'll adjust the bit rate settings to make it better for the future.
Racing, the official suspension of Formula Drift. Go for gold. And by Falcon Tire.
Welcome back
We got
to
right
Michelin
here.
Raceway Road Atlanta. We are in the midst of the Grade 8. Matt Field versus Justin Pollock. Vaughn Gittin Jr. versus Steve
For the people just chiming in or just dropping in, this is Downright Pink Style podcast coming to you from Masao, Japan. We'll be doing these. I and my Lex is King and myself will be doing these a bunch. I was just getting everything set up. I'm glad I didn't have Lex come on today because it took me about 20 minutes to get going. So I've been in the shop since the top 16. The guy they were doing like the interview with the recruiter dude. I'm gonna try to work that in too because I'm an Air Force vet, combat vet, 3 tours in Iraq, and I'm a pro drifter. We gotta do something FD. You know what I mean? You could talk to recruiters, but you could talk to a dude who was in the Air Force, in combat, and also as a pro drifter. We got to get that done. So anyway, I will be doing these more because again, man, it's cool to bring the community together, give my insights, my input, my experience. I've only talked from my actual experience, and again, confidence is key. You need this in life. There ain't nobody out there that's doing anything I can't do or haven't done already. So I'm just saying it to say you will see Jackson out there on the on Formula Drift stream of some sort, pro spec, and going up to the pro rankings. Let's be real, man. You know what I mean? There ain't no black faces out there, and I mean, it's not a race thing. So don't click off and ban me and all that shit because of that. I'm just telling you, keeping it real. You don't see a lot of you don't see a lot of black guys out there because there's a lot of different things, and also the community. To be honest, I was on some of the drift groups and stuff like that, and I left a lot of those groups because I'm not into like separating myself. We're already segregated and stuff enough as humans. I don't want to do that, so I don't really. I'm African American, and I drift professionally. I run a pro shop, stuff like that. So it is what it is. Keep race out of it, but definitely going to be over there. And I'm not looking to make history, but definitely going to turn some eyes and make things different for guys who don't know better. So people just don't know better. They just going to assume that things are what they are. But myself, Alan, who's he's mixed. There's definitely going to be some cool stuff. I got to give my honorable mention to my guy Mike Pollard, who we just talked about in the last podcast. Mike's an awesome drifter. His program is what it is, but definitely, man, he's one of those guys out there too. He's mixed. He's not full black. And again, it's just a thing that we talk about here and there. He's got Matt Field, JTP. Ooh, got a little bit of squirrely right there, JTP. Justin got some ground to make up here. Whoa. Matt's gonna get this one, guys. This first run right here, not the full thing. Got another run. Yeah, something happened right there. I think there was a misstart or something like that, or maybe a clutch. It looked like the clutch got out a little bit soon, almost like a stall, and he was able to save. I think the clutch just got out a little bit on him, and he you can tell when he started here. Something happened there. I won't say the clutch. Something happened right there. That's a big gap. That's uncharacteristic of JTP. JTP is normally door to door with whoever he goes with. You see right there, he closed it up, and he got. Yeah. So Matt's gonna get this, guys. The first one right here.
But not the greatest chase run in terms of having to play catch up. You want to be in the pocket from the get go, putting pressure on the drivers and not worrying.
Nah, Bob. I know Hurt. I knew Hurt back when he was one of 240 forums. He was in Florida and everything. I think the last time I talked to Hurt was him wanting to buy some blitz. VSKF wheels. VSKFs is what he run a lot. So again, no hate or nothing against those guys. They just, they know who I am. They know who I exist. But again, I put a lot of time into starting my business and running my business and not really doing any. I wouldn't say from what I see, but from when they push is who has the most clout. And I don't have that clout, those clout points. Eventually, I'll get them and we'll do some work together. JTP got to make this lead run strong.
Now headed up the hill into that first outside zone. Both of them, no major errors. I like how it's going. Good flow, good proximity from field. He knocks over that.
That's tight.
Clip. Now into the touch and go. And Pollock around that final clip, using all of the track, Ryan.
I think we want to say it one more time here because JTP's lead run was strong. Fields' lead run was strong, or if they're gonna do a decision, it's gonna go to Fields because JTP had a good amount of mistakes there in the beginning. Not sure what happened with that. I'll talk to Lex and see what happened on that, or if they don't put anything up. Yeah, so like I say, in my opinion, if they give the nod, it's gonna go to Fields. I believe it might be one more time. But yeah, man. Again, before they start running. Again, man, the guys that are here watching everything, you guys know, man, I treat everybody as equal. I treat everybody with respect until you prove otherwise, man. So it ain't about race and all that stuff like that. It's just also avoiding it is a problem too. But it's just a thing to say again. It's just, again, I get called out on it, not called out, but question like, hey, man, why do you participate in this motorsport and this and this? You from here and you from there. Coming from Baltimore, again, I had a 240, and everybody else had Caprices.
Matt Field gets the victory. Matt Field moves on to the final four. And look at that.
Yeah, Matt Field. I called it, man. Again, JTP is a premium driver, but it was just a mistake right there. And you got to keep it fair. I like that. It's not. Judging stuff is always a little bit of bias in there, but they got to clearly give it to him and everything. So Jared's warming up. Anyway, what I was saying is, like, I'm just bringing it up because I'm just making conversation. The guys there don't know what I do and all that stuff there. Again, I've been on plastic, a pro drifter since 2015. Chased it for a while when I got it. I thought it was going to feel different and do all the stuff for me and everything, and it did help. It legitimized my business But, you know, it didn't overall. I felt like the same guy. And also, it's kind of stupid, the system, I believe, man, because, you know, I got my pro license driving with Daigo and all these guys. Nakamura, same event. I got top 16 in my first pro event. The car I built in like 2 weeks. It was a frame 3 weeks prior to the event. I was putting stickers in the car the night before the event. I had an oil cooler blow off the day before the event and never tested the car. And I made top 16, man, out of the car. All these cars are built by, you know, all these garages and things out there. So that legitimized my skills, legitimized my drifting. And also, I didn't drive a year, 2 years before that event. So I was everything was against me, and I made it happen. So you just got to kind of show up when you get the time and everything. So what is this BMW right here? You get ready to go with GL. It's ESSA. I can't see the name. Hey, Morgan, or doing whatever. Just stay ready, man. Because if you're already ready, your car's already polished. If you get that call, or maybe some new Netflix show's gonna kick off and they want somebody to drive, that's what I'm working towards right now. Is getting some cars ready to be on standby. I'll do some competitions here and there to get things warmed up. Again, skill sets. Again, not being overconfident and too cocky. I mean, I've put a lot of seat time in. This is what I do. I don't play. I'm not a chess master. I'm not a master saxophone player. Like, you know, what I do is racing, music, and sports. That's my 3 things. You know what I mean? I do some other stuff here and there. Computers is cool. I'm really good with it, but I don't know. So JR right here, aggressive as always. Mustang, he looks aggressive, man.
Oh man, Eve Meyer getting christened in smoke. Into that second outside zone. We got contact.
Whoa. No, that's nice. That's nice right there. That he kept that going, because I thought that was going to be just. See, this right here, man. Again, I can say what I want. It's my damn podcast. I don't know the guy Tyler Hall, but I've seen all this stuff about this guy going around. And I will say right now, if that was the guy, Cat Tyler Hall, again, don't know him, I'll be great. I'll talk to you, Tyler, get your side of the story, and see stuff. But that's something where the guy in the front would stop right there. If that's just something that from what I've seen, the Tyler Hall cat, if he got hit like that, he would spin out. JR kept that going. That was a front bumper tire contact, or looked like a little bit of front tire contact. Man, he's in his zone, man. He's JR's been around. We talked about JR, man. He won a championship last year. He didn't have a lot. He won an early championship, then he went off, and he stayed in it, man. And that's what you got to do, man. A lot of people, even with a podcast shit or whatever in life, man, they just they don't get instant success, or they don't get continued success, and they just I'm out of here, I'm gone. Contact, yep, right, Will. Yeah. And then it comes to props to the BMW guy too, because he kept it going, man. Yeah, man. He put his tire inside the dish.
Face to face. Mono a mono. Look at that. Vaughn just pulling right back up.
Yeah, man. That was dope right there. I like that. That was yeah. That was dope to keep it going, because I mean, again, if you don't, you already got to control. You're already exceeding the coefficient of friction when you're drifting. So any little extra, I mean, wind, like there's some tracks out there that have wind drafts, and like if a guy's already spinning, the wind can hit the car and push it around. So you got another car, pounds, thousands of pounds that hits you while you're drifting. It takes very little to offset. So what I was saying about the Tyler Hall guy, again, I don't know him, don't met him. Some of you guys listening might be friends with him or whatever. Pass along to him that, again, I like to talk to him if he's up to it. I'll reach out to him, but not really. I just brought him up. But the last season, man, he got a little bit of contact, and then he like completely spins out, making eye contact, and it was easy to see that he was kind of milking the process there.
Vaughn is allowed to look at his vehicle without utilizing competition timeout. So
all right, so they got a little break right there to check out and see what's going on.
We are halfway through the Gittin and Meyer battle, but before we move on and find out what's going on, throw it down to Brett Nickel, who's with the Beast from the Bay.
Well, Matt Field and I were just talking about the track and how technical it is, and going from outside zone 1 to 2, it's a blind uphill. So, Matt, what are your visual cues there?
So Matt looks pretty happy for that win over JTP.
After interclip 1. As soon as you get that transition done, your focus point is kind of where the horizon disappears, right? We kind of see the bridge, we see the zone, and it's more or less, once you get into the zone, that's when you have to do whatever you do. Some people left foot brake, some people grab the handbrake. just depends. So I kind of have found my marks of what needs to happen where, and I just try to do the exact same thing no matter what. Even if my instincts tell me otherwise, just do the same thing.
Matt, thank you so much. Best of luck. Jared?
Thank you, Lorette.
All right, so this Matt saying pretty much he just keeps it the same. Competition drifting, man, one of the worst things to do, and I've learned it the hard way. Don't add no new shit during the event. Utilize all the tools you have, because I've tried to do some new shit in the event. The worst thing you'd ever do, man. Because you didn't practice that, you didn't go through that, and it's kind of just like being a fighter. Again, correlations of fighter to driver, it's very, very close. You have all the tools, so when you see a fighter doing some cool shit, it's not that he learned that in the fight. He already knew that. It's just that the opportunity didn't present itself to use it. So you got all those tools in your bag, and then if you need to use it, you use it. Left foot braking, you got different clutch techniques and things like that. A little bit of braking, e-brake, things like that. A lot of different techniques. So you got all those tools in the bag. You got to be able to use them when the time's right. All right.
And now into that first front flip. Here comes Eve Meyer. Vaughn Gittin Jr. chasing him down. Now pass. Ooh, taking all the cones, eating them up like pack pellets. Now into that second outside zone. Eve does not get all the way out there, and that was the line he took with Vaughn Gittin Jr. That's what actually caused the accident. So it looks like Vaughn maybe giving himself a little bit of room here.
Yeah, so JR is going to get this one, you know. It's not only the performance, but again, it kind of, you know, what I said earlier, the top of the thing was like kind of the seniority and the giving the guys a nod. You have to decisively, especially the guy who's coming in, he took out those clipping points, man. The guy who's the defending champion, you got to decisively get this guy out of here. They can't be like any little bit of room. Again, it's a judge sport. It sucks, that aspect of it. You know, time attack, I like grip and everything too. But you have to decisively take out the defending champion. So I'm gonna think it looked like JR is gonna go in and get this one right there, because he made less mistakes. He didn't make any contact. Yeah, so they're gonna give JR this.
I have to assume the needle is going to go the way of Gittin. But a great effort by Eve Meyer from Switzerland. Let's make it official. Slide him left for Gittin.
Eve Meyer. Download that into my database. First time I've seen. All right, so we almost there. We're almost there to the end. Again, I didn't see I didn't watch yesterday because I was at the track myself. They had the knockout round. So when it looks like, again, it's like the kind of thing where you run your best run, you get your points, top 25. Then after that, the 32, you just kind of like, once you're in the 32 chopping block, if you're done with your runs and you don't have an opportunity to make a better run, you just go away. So it's making it more quicker. It's getting guys out there faster to the actual. It's getting the runs done quicker. And the thing is, again, what FD want to do is they want to keep cutting the fat. COVID sucked. COVID happened and sucked, but at the same time, there was some cool stuff that came out of it. Learning how to do a lot in a little bit of time. Also, this, you know, it's cool to see people out there, man, because again, the whole last time you see people out there, man. So I'm pretty sure.
As we are going to the other side of the bracket of the Great 8, we are in the Link ECU Grade 8. And we are overhead looking at Dean Carnage Carney, Jeff Jones. He's on the line, dude. Look at this. He says, I went through Osbo. We're getting ready to, again, you do know this, Ryan, that if he wins.
All right, you got top 8 about to go off Jeff Jones, Dean Carney. So the guys who, if you look back, I talked to Demetrius Brewski, Jonathan Hurst, and goddamn, I'm going blank because I was up late, man. And Joshua Love. I talked to those guys last season. I still didn't get Austin Mata, man, because I talk about Austin Mata a bunch. So definitely get Mata in here and talk about his upcome in the game, because Austin was somewhat of a meme in the drift scene, and then he came out, did well last season. But definitely. I spoke to all those guys, and I'm looking to speak to Hurst to see how his first pro event went. So we're going to get that up. So Hurst is definitely coming, and I'm open to talk to anybody out there, man. So if you're a competitor, you're watching, or you got something to promote or whatever, just email me podcast@penguinstar.com. Let me know, and then we can get it linked up.
Trying to birth a podium finish. Jeff Jones initiates into that first front flip, and Dean Carney comes in hot, makes contact with Jones, but Jones stays in it. Now coming that first outside zone, into that second outside zone goes Jones. Look at Jeff Jones. Absolute beast. coming through that touch and go, and then that final inside flip. Ryan Sage, a great battle here between Jones and Carnage.
Solid run right there. Solid run.
What's going through your mind right now?
I like that entry. I like that aggressive entry right there by Carney.
Honestly, what's going through my mind is I was thinking back to Texas last year when we said, wow, Jeff Jones, he could potentially get his first podium. And now we find
So again, man, guys, definitely going to be cool, man. The dead space you're hearing was just me. I'm watching, analyzing, trying to see what's up. A little bit of contact there. Lexus King will definitely bring a different dynamic to this. We'll be talking back and forth while we're doing stuff, going over things. So it definitely will be cool to do. I think we got an earthquake going on right now in Japan. 1 second. It's not an earthquake. It's just trucks going by. So I'm on the second floor of my shop. We always see the pictures with that second floor. That's what I'm inside of right now, and everything shakes in here, man. My jiu-jitsu medals always be like banging around and crap. But yeah, man, this is cool. I'm loving the technology, being able to come to you guys live inception, man. So if I wanted to, I can put up some more live shit because I'm using XSplit for the guys who want to know the technical side of it. I'm using an XSplit browser. I'm using XSplit software when I'm using my HD PVR, which is I bought for gaming like 4 or 5 years ago before the PS4 came out, and it kind of was useless. And also I do audio, so I make music, so I got everything you need to run a pro podcast. I already had it for years. I just had to patch in and buy a new switchboard and things like that, and a new mixer, and everything was there, and also a computer. So being able to do all that stuff, like I see you guys who follow me, everything that you see from Pinku Style is all me, man. The music, the video, the editing, the painting, everything you see, man. Literally one guy's shop. I'm not averse to having other people, but I prefer to be alone because honestly, man, everybody got shit with them, even myself. Nobody's free of having shit with them, and I prefer to be alone. Things go smoothly. I don't have to worry about other people, and I can move easier. I got a shop assistant. He's cool. But he does shop assistant type things. He's not paid. He's a cool guy. He doesn't bring any drama to my shop, so it works out. I'll probably get a little bit further along in a business and make sure I'm good, my family's good, because I'm not gonna take money out of my pocket to give somebody else. And even if things don't work out, doesn't always work out, man. But I got to be well off, and also that if I get a shop staff, which can only be my sons, when they grow up, but. I want to be able to pay somebody good wages, man, because you pay somebody good wages, you keep them motivated. You give somebody scraps and kick them around, they're not going to do their best. And I don't want anybody around me and in my organization or in my circle who's not putting their best foot forward. So questions asked, guys there who want to know. That's why I do everything solo, because I just don't got time to fill through other people's shit. And that's just not what I want to do.
Ceiling between the piston ring and cylinder wall for maximum horsepower and torque. Royal Purple HPS, race car technology for the street.
But yeah, man, again, guys, there just looking forward to getting back out there and running around and everything and doing what I got to do. I really wish this corona should go away. I was telling my guy yesterday, Rama, I was talking to him. I was like, man, this thing is like some damn government setup with all this stuff going on, and I don't want to get too much into it, but it's like, man, it's like my Atlanta trip. I've already paid for my ticket. And I'm like, I got to sell some other stuff to make sure I got funds to cover, because if it was 14 days or some shit like that, I had to stay in quarantine. That's 14 days away from my business and family, man. I'm losing money. And so we got the commercials. We also got the what is it? Like they're getting ready to stage you guys up. And so we got the end screen. So that's what you're watching right there. Shared it around and everything again, and let me see if I can put up a Witchcom on Instagram. So we got the so let me go record. How do you? It's like. So again, guys, that on Instagram right now, you're not seeing me right here, Jackson Pinku Style Podcast. We're in the live session right now. We're doing a FD live stream 2001 round 1, and this is I think the top 4 we're about to start right there. So go ahead and check it out, YouTube.com. We'll send that to story. So yeah, this is gonna be a normal thing. It's gonna be a normal thing. We're going to Russian Drift Series is looking cool. Daigo last week it was Daigo versus James Dean, and there was some stuff going on right there. I seen man, it's like Daigo has been on top of the thing for a long time, and he's always regarded. And it seemed like people hated to see like Daigo being regarded as one of those top guys. But when you look at it, there's no other guy who's done what he's done worldwide, as far as his rookie season of FD, running the championship, D1 champion multiple times. You got he went over and run some. So he won in that season. I think he had won like 2 other championships or 1 other championship, and then he was like second place. So I mean, you got a guy who's then also doing Drift Mod 30. So you're going from here to here to here to here, and all around. So I remember seeing Daigo was at again we said hello a few times, and I had a conversation with him because apparently he knows English, but he only speaks English to a select few people. I'm not one of those guys, so he knows. I know him, of course, and he knows of me. And I seen him at the Ibisu driving like a JZX 90, and then the next day he's right there. He's right there like on Long Beach, man. So he's just in it, for the right reasons and everything. He's doing well. He's benefit from it again. Staying positive, staying in his zone, and making it happen. So we got Odie Botchers about to go against Adam LZ again, man. It makes me happy, man, to see this guy come from. I heard he was BMX guy, then he got in the cars, and then like he's making it happen, man, making it happen.
Two very different builds. Oh boy, look at that nastiness. We got door to door, wheel to wheel.
Oh, contact. Stay. So LZ's going. Yeah, it's not looking good, man.
So let's see who's at fault.
And then if you guys don't remember,
Exchange there of Adam going up to the door of him. I don't know if it was a sorry or what the heck, or didn't see the.
Now I think this is LZ getting maybe a little.
it was kind of cool because LZ had an issue with his car last year with the 2J had cracked, and he had to borrowed the car from Odie and qualified and did really, really well. I'm not sure if it's the same. No, it's not the same car. Odie has multiple cars, so Odie gave him I think it was an LS powered something, and he did really, really well in it, man. To again, man, that we talked about it, made a little joke about it. And I was like, he drove a little bit. LZ just came in really hot. So to be the first year pro guy and then go into another pro build car and then drive it, trust me, man, that's good stuff. If you guys are not used to driving, how is this? 1 second.
All event long, but let's get Ryan on while we've got a little bit of your time. Judge Ryan Lantain, if we could get you on real quick and turn your mic on. This one seems like a pretty clear-cut situation, but why don't you tell
somebody's there's a Toyota dealership across the street, and somebody alarm is going off and everything. I hope you guys don't hear it in the feed. But anyway, to hop into another pro car and do well, like that speaks volumes, man. So it's very, very good of him to be able to do that. And again, what I was saying before I got off, if you guys if you drifted before and your level was around 300 horsepower, to get into a car that's 7, 8, 9 horsepower and drift, man, that's a big task. You got to have your basics down, and again, man, he proved that he can actually slide and drive and everything. So it's really good on LZ for doing that. And yeah, man, it's pretty cool. All right, so we got a timeout right there. Let me check and see if I can get this around a little bit more, get some more viewers on here.
Or he may bow out of competition. There's a number of different options available there. Nonetheless, the way it will go down in the scorebook is Adam LZ incomplete and Odie Bachis with an advantage.
Wait, did you just say that? Did LZ?
Yeah, so.
Use his competition timeout?
No, I said he would need to use one.
Got it. Okay. I said bow out or.
Do what they got to do, maximize the timeouts and everything to get everything done, and try to get on there. Again, this is a lot of money right here to get to these events. I think the entry is on like 4 or 5K to enter. So you want to recoup that money. Definitely want to recoup that money.
Brand new car. Didn't know how he was going to do. Ryan, I think he maybe even surprised himself.
All right, so in the commercial time right now. Again, I'm trying to share this around a little bit more to get a little bit more people in the chat box, man. So forgive me all this talk while I'm working. But as far as what I got going on, other than coming up, customers are packed. I got customers packed up until like August. Not definitely happy about that. Not complaining, but it's like it's pushing my. Where are they going? They're going to some.
Had probably
What the hell is
my
this?
strongest lead run of the day. In
They're doing a revamp. So anyway, I got the stuff coming up. July. There's a few more events coming up, but I'm more I'm more excited to drive in the States than I am here in Japan. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's once you get somewhere for a good amount of time, the Witchcom wears off. I've been all up and down in Japan, so I've driven from Amori down to Fukuoka, which is the lowest point, one of the lowest prefecture. I've driven all the way up in Japan, so I've seen everything. Japan, for you guys who don't know, Japan is a big ass farm patch with cities sprinkled in. So you got Tokyo sprinkled in, Osaka sprinkled in here, Kyoto. You got Sendai. Misawa's not a city. Hachinohe is like a pebble on a map. So that's what Japan is. So when you go up and down, it's not like when you go to you go to Kentucky, you see this, or pretty much in the middle, you just see pretty much plains, and then you go to whatever, you see the Grand Canyon. Then you go over to you see Niagara Falls. The plane changes in the States where you get different looks, but in Japan it looks the same top to bottom. Hokkaido's a little bit, a lot of snow up there, but again, top to bottom looks the same. Even Okinawa, same thing. Okinawa's they kind of do their own thing. But anyway, man, I like Japan. I like living here and doing my stuff here and everything. But again, man, I just want to maximize my dollars, and my dollars, again, spending a plane ticket, going over to the States, connecting with guys who I haven't seen in years or haven't met before. It's just going to yield more of a return and profit, more of a return in eyeballs. So that's what I'm going to do. So again, to answer the question, for guys who are like, man, why are you going to leave Japan? You here? Because Japan is home. I live here, but that's not my home base. And even within Misawa, there's a lot of cats that they kind of stay in the same zone, same place.
But that's the game that we play, right? And we're never going to be able to get into the mind of another driver and say he intended to do X, Y, and Z. So I just kind of stay out of that.
So I'll turn it down a little bit so I don't have the double feed in there because they're not really talking about much. But that's the plan. So let me see what's going on. See if I can get Lex on here. He's see you guys falling off. I got two people down here now, but it's all good. But yeah, if we got any questions in the chat box, let me know. Talk to me. Then we can keep some conversation going. I can just talk to you.
And I know Osbo doesn't want me to say it, and I'm sure Pop Doctors doesn't either, but I really believe that Dave's just in the wrong place.
So, yeah, 4th place in St. Louis. It was awesome. But it didn't come without controversy, for sure. I think the situation that happened with Frederick, it sucked because the fans didn't get to watch the run. That's a bummer. But from my point of view, he was...
All right, so they're still doing a tech luck. You can't see. Let me see. So this is somebody's doing somebody's warmed up the tires right down. So like they're about to come back with the feed.
There's been the rule for a couple of years now. I was happy because we've all been there where you're like, the judges could go either way, right? Are they like, who knows? We're in somebody else's hands.
Yeah. Shamar, who's Willie King. He was a he was a stunt man and Bad Boys and Bad Boys for Life, and he lost his leg and everything doing stunts. So I'm gonna hook up with him. He's a Willie King from Baltimore, Annapolis native and everything. Get that going. So hoping to link up with Shamar there. We're gonna be driving an S14 with an RB20 in it. So I'm gonna be there at the event in Atlanta. First time back, left-hand drive since 2007, and I'll be there in an RB20. So if you're there at the event, I will be running, unfortunately, in the solo class because Alan didn't have time to put a cage in, and you got to have a certain kind of spec cage to get on the tandem. So I won't be able to tandem unless somebody give me those keys to another car, and I'll definitely go out there and get it done. But I'll be driving an S14 with an RB20, simple and sweet, making it happen. So I'm looking forward to driving out there. It's gonna be Atlanta Motor Speed Park. First time actually. Yeah, first time. I've been to Atlanta before, but it was like past when we were going to Florida, and we stopped there and went to McDonald's. And on the way down, we drove from Baltimore to Florida and went to Disney World and stuff like that. So I never really been in Atlanta, so I'm looking forward to meeting up with guys. We got Jeff Jones, and I don't know who the second car is. Dean Carney.
Massive angle there. Wow. Goes over, sprays the dirt to the sand people right there. And look at Jones. Ryan, you don't give a lot of drivers nicknames, but you deemed him relentless years ago, and I think it just really summarizes who he is and his spirit.
Oh, again, and probably the first run.
Right.
I need a refresher.
But yeah, I'll be driving RB20 S14 over there. I'm looking forward to doing that. Looking forward to linking up with my guy. I keep saying goddamn Lex, man. Sorry about that. Alan. Link up with my guy Alan and just to see how everything goes. Because we've known each other for a while. While Alan made first contact, he came over here in 2017. We chopped it up physically, and it's cool, man. It's big. A relationship started over a text, man. So, you know, I mean, come correct. You know, I mean, I do answer messages, but sometimes, man, I gotta be honest, man. I get a lot of messages from guys just like offering nothing and wanting everything, and you're not gonna know. I never did that to anybody in my life, and I will not accept that, man. So if you come my direction, man, you gotta come correct, man. If you want to start business or do business, we can definitely do business, but it has to be profitable, and you gotta come correct, man. So again, feel free to message me. I mean, I prefer for business stuff. Well, not prefer. You must message me at downloadpinku.com for business. If we're friends already on Facebook, definitely I don't mind a message, but I don't really check those too much. So email downloadpinku.com is better, honestly best for anything that's closely related to or business for sure. Definitely just do it.
All right, Jones on the left screen.
See this side by side. So we got Carney and Jones.
The lead run is on the left-hand side for Jones. That was the first
The
lap.
initiation was about equal. I think they're gonna give us the Carney, man.
Right on the clip as Dean in his lead run trying to pull away from Jones, coming through the touch and go and through this final snap here.
Yeah, I think they're gonna give. Carney was tight on Jones, and then also the Jones lost a bit of ground on the follow run. So, from my opinion, I think Carney's gonna get this.
Our task at hand is to find a winner between Jeff Jones and Dean Carney.
All right, here's a look from the drones. This is the second run. So this is with Dean out front, Jones in the chase position. Now remember that contact made by Dean. Did Jones do enough? And Dean, you know, I mean, that's a deduction, but it's not incomplete.
And Dean was looking really good up to that point. As you said, it's just a deduction, a mistake. His initiation, his angle, the flow he carried through the first inside clip, all pretty solid. Pondering. I see one judge that's no longer pondering. He's like, I got it.
Scores are in. All of them are in. All right, here we go. Slide him left for Jones,
Yeah.
right for Carney. We got a one more
Carney.
time from Eggert, and Lontaine says Jones qualified 18th.
So we got Jeff Jones going to Final Four. So there's going to be a little bit of
Oh, man.
yeah, man. He's still in that ride, man. He's pretty pumped up and everything. So yeah, like you said, he got Osbo out of there. He just got the decision with Carney. As you can see, it was a one more time. So that means there was I was leaning towards one more time possibly. But anyway, Jeff Jones is moving on. So we'll see who's next.
Out that LZ was unable to repair his vehicle in the 5-minute allot, qualified third. Jeff Jones, the lowest qualifying driver. He needs to beat Odie in order to podium.
Right.
On
That's
the other
the story.
Yeah, that's the story that, like, I everybody likes an underdog. I don't consider Jeff Jones an underdog anymore, man. Not anymore. He took out Osbo. You know, he gave it to Carney. You know, he has all the makings there, and you got to think also, is Odie 100%? You know, Jeff was down a cylinder. Right. Remember that?
Yeah, so that's an unfortunate thing right there. LZ is out.
Timeout earlier.
You get 5 minutes to repair what you got to do. LZ, again, I don't know him personally. The team I checked out some of his videos. They got like a young team. I'm not sure who he has in his team this year, but he definitely has the funds to. He got the cars, he got the skills. But for him to get that podium, he's gonna have to. Not saying these guys that are in there right now are bad. Again, I don't know these guys, but he's probably got to get a little bit more polished of a crew. Or add somebody to that crew that can add a little bit more, and get him to help his needs, because it takes a lot. Your drift skills aside, car side is a lot of stuff that goes into that championship run, or even winning one event. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and
Going against Odie Bakshis on the right side of the bracket.
So we got Jones, Bakish, and Field, and JR, so it's going to be good. But yeah, I mean, we talked about on a victory. He mentioned he made it happen. So you don't need a crazy crew, but at the same time, you do need those right guys. Now, again, not saying the guys that are in Adam's crew right now.
I didn't know I had to have the car running before it was out. So even if we made those seconds, the car wasn't running, so we would have lost anyway. But this was a great display. I mean, my team got a front corner changed in 5 minutes. Not the best display of driving. I kind of went a little too fast, which probably should have not done that. I don't know. If you want to win, you gotta go big, right?
Adam, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you, Lorette. Obviously, she's at the top of the
So again, guys, this is podcast and also as a test, and again, everything's going good. The viewership has dropped off a little bit. People got lives and everything. This is not planned. So I got 2 people right here. But again, what he said, they changed the corner in 5 minutes. They had some other stuff. Again, just from listening to him talk, again, it's the skills, the car, driver, all that stuff, and then you don't. Other teams are not gonna be like, hey man, do this. Some guys will give you pointers, but at the same time, you're not gonna give the guy too much pointers. It'll be just like boxers, and that's one thing you see all the time. Boxers, like they'll talk boxing and everything, but they'll kind of safeguard some things unless they're retired. And they'll do a tell-all. But active boxers, you ever see active boxers around each other? Even if they try to be like kind of cordial, there's always a tension there because they're active fighters. Or some guys, even after they retire, man, they still got that mindset of being a fighter. So you're not gonna give a guy advice, so they're gonna have to figure it out on it. I think the cars. I would say it's possible for LZ to win a championship maybe inside of 5 to 7 years if he stays around that long. But it's gonna take those years to get that experience, to get that crew out there and put people in the right places to make that happen. So he definitely could do it. He definitely has the skills. I mean, obviously he's there. So that, maybe I'll run into him, and it's crazy how things work, man. I've foreseen a lot of things in my life, and I call things out. So I mean, again, I definitely will be a pro spec driver coming up here soon. Again, I'm pro license in Japan, but hey, got to go back a little bit to go forward, and that's what I will do. Got to swallow that pride, and I'll do what I got to do. So I'll be looking. I mean, this season again with the Corona crap, just can't afford to have a lot of time out of shop. I don't have that bank like that, to be honest. You know what I mean? You got to keep it real with yourself. But at the same time, I'm selling a bunch of stuff off, getting cars ready, getting cars over situated in states. I'm actually going to build a car and send it over. I just want to do it there out because I don't want to burden Alan, who's going to be my crew help. He shouldn't be burdened with building me a car. Plus it's going to cost money. I know that. I'm going to actually got to take time out of his family to build me a car, so I come over there. So I'm gonna build a car here. I'm gonna probably get the cage done. So the car will be built here. I'll send it over and actually get the cage done by some guy there because again, it was one of those things too where I don't want to do the cage myself and then have everything messed up. So the car will be running. It'll be shipped over. They'll get the cage work done. I wish my guy Lee Alexander. I think he's still in the game, so I'll support my guys. So it'll be either Lee Alexander or probably got a couple other guys out there to do cages and everything, and I'll support their businesses and get it done. But that's what's going to happen. I'm going to send a car over. I'll probably have another car there that Alan will have, and I'll probably use that to do the Pro-Am stuff and get the points and do what I got to do. So that's what I'm going to do to get in. I could petition, but then again, I don't have enough. Again, I got my license back in 2015. So those are not. I can't petition off something I got in 2015. The shit's changed so much. I mean, again, the Sorensen kids, I don't know how they got in there. I didn't really follow that thing, but from the general consensus, people were talking crap about how they got in. So I'm thinking they paid or petitioned in. So again, I just heard they have a lot of money wrapped up. Their dad or whatever their family is pretty well off. So that it goes how it goes. You can't complain about it. You just got to make it happen.
Customizable, change the color, strobe, not strobe, like streaking. They have many different settings. Really cool. And, I think Vaughn and Chelsea did a really good job with that video too. Everybody's doing it. When we come back, our Final Four is upon us. The top four, Type S, is here. The Royal Purple Road to the Championship presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Road to the Championship. Man, we're barely just scratching the surface, baby. When we come back, Final Four is here. Get Field, Jones, Moxie. When we
side, commercials aside, they got to do for the sponsors and things like that. I could definitely see that the thing is moving quicker. That was one of the things there, honestly, in the earlier parts. Like I said, the live stream was unbearable when it first came out. But down there, they overnight, man, they just kind of like changed their things, and also they push everybody else to up their game. So the live stream is a big thing. It takes a lot of D series, the Drift Masters, whatever. D1 has taken pages from FD and stepped things up. So D1, who was touted as the top in the sport, are now taking cues from the FD when they came over in 2000 whatever and did 2003 and did the D1 versus FD thing or whatever. FD is at first it's not that I didn't care about it. It's just I was over in Japan and golfed and trying to do my stuff over here and do the D1 thing and everything. And again, once I got a little bit deeper into it, it wasn't what it was cracked up to be. I talked to guys like Andy, I talked to guys like Robbie, and this is not saying bad stuff. It's just I would ask them, hey man, what about this and this? And like, dude, you could do this, but they were just telling me it's not what it's all cracked up to be, and they didn't say anything bad, but they just kind of like said, hey man, you got to kind of experience. It's not as high up there anymore. Again, I'm more interested and more driven now to get over into the States and get over into different places in Europe and drive. And I'll say it straight up, man. It's just the Japanese are very prideful people. They're not as boastful as Americans, Australians, some European countries. So they don't say what they want to say all the time. And Americans do, man. And it's just I don't like the way they kind of carry their system and the way they do things. And if you don't like something, don't do it. And that's the only thing about it. Don't cry about it. Don't bitch about it. It's just you got to do what you got to do, and D1 just doesn't work for me. So I don't want to beat around the bush about it. I don't like the way it's run. I don't like the way they treat some of the foreign drivers, and I don't like how you count it out before you start. And I experienced that in divisionals. Drifting aside, I made some mistakes, but I just didn't like the way. So now that and this is why I was military, so I had a lot of other shit going on too, being in Iraq and stuff like that. So now that I'm actually I got a shop, I got my own trucks. Even I leave back to that goddamn event till I get to something else. I did the pro event there. It was I didn't drive the car to the event. I had a truck. I had one helper, which is Alan Arcega, and we made it happen, man. And that was just a precursor to what's to come. Again, I got my own support. My car will have Pinku style on it and little stickers from everybody else. If you want to get bigger stickers, you got to pay more money. So all that shit about other companies and having like a big, nothing against the Juku because the Juku is my guys, but having a big Juku stick on the car, it's not my thing. And also LZ, you see LZ dropped all his title sponsors, and it became his main guy because he has the best significant contract, legally binding, things like that. But don't go out there again, guys. Don't go out there selling your soul for fucking 10%, 15% off. You're doing all the social media shit. You get no support and things like that. And I did that, and I thought it was a cool thing to do. And then I show up to an event with all these damn stickers on my car and all these whatever, and I don't win. And then you got a guy with a blank car that just got one little Saito Cage sticker on it, and he fucking wins. That was my guy Wataru Saito, who I screwed up and I missed the podium. In my first event, man. If I would have nailed down, man, I could have beat Wataru. I could have podium in my first fucking pro event, so that would have been cool, man. So again, moving on. Right after that, I started the business for the guys who don't know, so that's why I disappeared. So after 2015, got my license, cool, woo, pro license, blah blah blah, and then right after that, man, I started my business. Right after that, 2015, I got the business, the building, late December. In January 2016, so off to the races. So again, it's been 5 years. The business is alive. It's doing good. Still open. Survived Corona. Look like I'm going to survive Corona Part 2. And just looking to do a good amount of more work. And then after that, I'll be able to go back towards doing drifting and things like that. So again, definitely want to win. But my thing is promotion of my business. That's what it is. But I'm going out there to win. I'm not going out there to fuck around. Going out there to win, man. I don't believe in wasting my time. Even in local events here, just showing up with a car that's not prepped. I can't do that now because I got too many guys that are looking at me to fail. They want me to fail, and I just can't give those. I can't give the guys the ammo. So again, I just you got to come correct or don't come at all. And I've been taught that growing up. in sports. We won a lot of championships, undefeated football, lacrosse, wrestling, not so much, but yeah. So we're fielding JR. Let's see what's up. Nice entry there.
Right there, look at him. And the line is, woo, oh, doctor, look at this. Both these guys showing up.
Very nice.
Mono.
Oh, a little straightened up by JR.
Let him descend it to end it.
I'm gonna call it one more time. Like already before ever you see the second run, man. That was tight.
Loving that. Great way to kick off the Final Four. Matt Field, number 1 qualifier. Vaughn Gittin Jr., number 4. And the current champion, Matt Field, trying to dethrone Vaughn Gittin Jr. Super close action coming up.
Analyze this a little bit. The JR, a little bit of adjustments right there. A little. So Matt, that was a good adjustment right there because Matt kicked it out a little bit more and then a little straightened up right there. But then last segment, Matt kind of straightened up a little, or kicked it out a little bit more, and JR adjusted to that close at angle. So man, you get to see the. It's hard to explain to the people who don't know what they're watching, but you get to see, man, the years and years and years of experience right there. No touch, close, proximity, speed, smoke, man. A little straightener right there, but still got back into it, man. The skills, man, is undeniable. And again, this is coming from a guy that's confident in my own skill sets. I know I could do what they're doing right there on the TV. I was doing it yesterday. But the skills, man, you don't get that. Money doesn't buy that. That only comes from battling. You only get good at drifting by battling. You don't get good at drifting. You don't get good at competition drifting by doing fucking practice days with your buddies. Because I got into that with some other guy who was an associate with me, and he was like, man, I go out there and drift with all these guys and do all this shit. I'm like, dude, you got to do that shit in competition. Don't fucking matter what you do here on a BSU, this, and this. Like, you got to do that shit in competition, man. All right, so we got JR on the lead right there. Nice initiation right there. Field is getting sideways.
Did it go flat? I don't know. That thing looks like he's on
Flipping
rim
zones.
potentially, but if he finished, might have defeated, but if he finished, oh boy, and there it goes.
It defeated
Oh, okay. What happened? What happened?
fine in terms of
Finishing it out.
finishing the run because it's the second half
Yep.
of the battle.
Yes.
But obviously, it doesn't look like he was able
Somebody debated like JR debated.
really close there too. It can't ever be easy.
No.
That's funny, dude. That shit. I debated yesterday.
Believe that with that winning
Fuck, the
transition,
JR, man.
What was that? It's that
It's the right rear.
right rear.
I was driving an RX-8 yesterday, and I
It goes off right there.
I debated. That was the first time I debated a tire, and it was flat ground. I was going sideways. The tire was already it had a puncture in it, and I hit a tire, a spare tire on the ground,
Asphalt
and it pulled the tire off the rim.
and a call on this section of the course. Now remember, the decel zone is passed. Right there, they should be accelerating through that inside clip. There it is in slow motion. You can see.
There it is. Yeah, locking it up. Bye.
Yeah. I go bye bye.
Yeah. Tire went to heaven. So as they
So shit, man, he's still, hey man, that fucking props right there. You still debated. I'm pretty sure you felt it and just power through that shit, man. So that tire. I guarantee you right now he's feeling a shit ton of vibration, and you can see that car kind of hop right there.
e-brake,
He stayed in it.
that's taking a tighter line.
Yeah.
That moving forward. Oh boy. Okay. The plot thickens.
Yeah.
Hearing the judges talking, and I think Ryan's microphone might even be open.
I hear Ryan putting his mic on. Let's open him up. Tell us what you guys been talking about, Ryan.
Yeah, right away with trouble maintaining the amount of speed and pace throughout the course that you'd expect a lead car to.
Yeah, so what they're saying is when you debate on these tires are wide, these tires are grippy. So it's essentially, and again, it's essentially like you guys know about open diffs, the way diffs work and everything. So open diff is going to transmit power, but it's going to give power to the one that has the least amount of grip. Well, let me make sure I'm saying that correct. So if the power's going to go to the one that has the most grip, so the one that doesn't have grip is going to spin or doesn't go at all. So you see a guy get stuck or where in the snow, they got open diff. That one where it gets power going to spin, the other one's not going to do shit. Same lock, everything like that. One way, two way, 1.5, things like that. It'll change the different lockup dynamics. But what's going to happen is with him, JR wide tires, one tire is gone. So effectively, you have the tire still on there. It's not. It's debeats means it comes off the rim, so it's still on the rim, but it actually loses pressure. Is off partially, so you're essentially you probably ruined that wheel. So that other tire, the wheel that's debeated, is gonna spin the wheel inside. So the tire is gonna be on the tire. Tire's gonna be in the wheel, but it's not gonna do anything. So it's just kind of on there until it actually pops off and do something else crazy. So the one that's beat it's going to spin. So essentially he has that one slide around. The car's going to be unstable. You saw him, the car kind of jumped, so that tire probably got bounded up and under there. It rolled on top of itself and hopped up. So yeah, it sucks. No effort by JR, but tire debeat is beyond him. So you got all his power sideways, and any drift organization a little bit. That's not really a. All right, so we got Jeff Jones and Botchis lined up, so let's just see what's going on right there. Jeff said he's amped up, so let's see what Jeff can deliver on what he said, man. Botchis' cars looks kind of like something's. Contact, nice transition. Coming out of the P-hole or keyhole. He said keyhole or P-hole. I'm not sure. All right, so Jones has to have a very, 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 very convincing lead run against this. Botchis had a good lead run. Did everything he had to do. A little bit of, on that third section, had a little bit of a slow. Big gap right there, so that's points being deducted from Jones right there. So Jones has to have a really, really lead run, and Botchis has to mess up for Jones to win this. What Jeff gonna do?
I saw his wife, she's here, and she says I can work remotely. I'm trying to, just be here, be present, and Jones is going for it. But I know, Amy, Odie's wife, she's here in the building. She's loving it. She's back, and it's great, man. This is just all one big happy family. But
all right, so we got Jeff leading. So Jeff again has to go hard.
Jeff Jones coming down the pipe. Odie Botchis right there. That's what I was talking about. That's to be expected. Jones. 818 F-wheel into that second outside zone, transitioning out of the keyhole and through that touch and go. Oh, great transition by both the drivers. Jeff was a little off that touch and go run.
Yeah, good run, but Odie was right there, so Odie's going to get this just based off of the fleet run and everything. So great effort by Jeff, but yeah, Odie's going to get this. Yes, man. It's crazy, man. Somebody posted a video up of I think Steph Papadakis and Tanner Faust, and it was so fucking slow, man. So slow. I think it was his track as well, and it was just like the proximity was not there because a lot of people don't know Papadakis drove for that couple of seasons and everything. Papadakis is a legend, and now in the drift thing, but Papadakis was a legend long before drifting. He was a legend in the drag racing scene because I used to drag race. And, of course, we all knew about Steph Papadakis, man, and the crazy cars he built and the records he set and everything. But to come into to master one goddamn platform, crazy to see the evolution of the proximity, the smoke, the grip on these cars, the talent of the drivers, the stream, everything, man. Technology is making stuff a lot better. So, yeah, I can say it one more time, but I don't know. I think... Odie's going to get this, man. So, again, I mean, hey, man, to know what I'm watching and know what I'm seeing, again, I'm not a color commentator, so, again, Lex going to definitely make this cooler to have things talking there. We get more viewers in there. Again, thanks for the 2 people that are viewing it. I might be one of myself viewing it, so I'm not sure. But, hey, I didn't announce it, and I wasn't expecting to have a crazy amount of people. Shit, look, it's about to be a thunderstorm, so hope this hurry up so I don't get cut off. 1 second.
There it is. What an epic day. Look at these battles, and it ends up the teal and blue on top. Oh.
Yeah, it just started raining.
The frenemies are at the top. Field and Odie, right? I mean, they've been doing this serious for a while. They've been having fun. They've been making a lot of content together, and here they are. And I think it's going to be no holds barred. These guys are going to have an absolute blast. They've been, testing, ripping, and shredding together, and ripping and tearing, man. It's going to go down.
Yeah, no kidding. It's going to be a great battle. These two guys, well-deserved. Field has been on a tear all weekend. You tend to see these kind of things happen more often than not. A guy that qualifies number one.
At Phil versus Odie, and yeah, so we got the Falcon cars on. It's kind of a win-win for Falcon, but we'll see who want to get it. You know what I mean? Everything is tight. Everything is again with the knockout kind of rounds and everything, man. It's making it where, man, your car got to be tip-top shape. It's again, me and Lex talked about before, man. Ideology of drifting, ideology of motorsports, of the theories, the builds, the geometry angle of the tire and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into getting that win. A lot that goes up into that. That drift is the final step of everything. Every time you see a competitive run, that's the last step of everything going on.
Hard for us to be happy or excited about being here because we're all so cutthroat. So that's where I'm at.
What else can you pinpoint that's working so well for you tonight?
Honestly,
So again, I don't know if it was a rainstorm, but I noticed when it started getting cloudy, the feed started going down a little bit. I'm getting drops on I'm getting a notification over here that they're dropping frames. I can even see on my phone that I'm dropping stuff out. So what I'm going to do for the next time, I'm going to have to lower the quality a little bit because I got the quality on ultra, and is either the computer can't keep up, which I got to add some more RAM, or I have to do down the bit rate a little bit. So it's going to again reduce the quality, but it'll get a continuous stream. I don't want that to happen. So, yeah. I can see it glitching on my end right here. So for the two people that is here, if that's not my other stuff on my phone, like who are you and where are you watching from? For my two viewers.
that's the thing. We drive together so much that there is no games, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. It's 100% from the second we leave the gate. That's how we practice, 200 laps on a normal test day between him and I. So it's gonna be real, that's for sure.
And that must inspire a lot of confidence.
Oh, absolutely. I know how he drives. He knows how I drive. From following Vaughn into that keyhole, I knew that there was going to be a slow up at Interclip 2, and there was. So knowing that doesn't exist with Odie means I can just be on his door, and I'm sure he feels the same.
Hey, I know you have to get ready, Matt Field. Thank you so much for your time.
Also for the viewers, let me know how the volume levels sound, and also the quality that you're receiving on your end. How's it look? Because again, this is a test run, so I'm using some of you guys. The audio appears to sound great. For my very first time trying live, it was on a different setup, man. It sucked greatly.
They're running down. They need you to light up the track as Larry Chen is down on the ground. He's going to grab that. He's going to grab that as the stormtroopers look on. These are not the droids they're looking for. Thank you for joining us out here. May the 4th be with you. Revenge of the 5th, and now Mother's Day tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to all you out there. One more battle to rule them all. And that is Matt Field and Odie Bakshi when we come back to Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta live from Brazelton, Georgia.
Damn, it's very rare. You got a thunderstorm going on right now in Japan, man. It's very rare. You don't hear thunder too much. So I haven't been here. This is my first time being in my shop during a thunderstorm, so I hope I don't get knocked off. If I do, I apologize in advance. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to wrap this up, so I'm hoping that the thunder holds off a little bit more. This is an old building, so I wouldn't, I got a ton of I got lights and gears and everything going on all around, so I will hope that I'm pretty sure I'm drawing a lot of power. So I hope I don't get a surge and everything. So we're about to wrap this up. It's going to be Odie Bakshi and Matt Field in the finals, Falcon team drivers. So let's see how it goes, man. The feed to resume, Matt Field is going to kind of get on here. I think he was busy, so it was last minute. I couldn't get him on. So for round 2, if it works out for both of us, we have both availability. I'll get here and we'll chop it up. So we had a live feed, and we'll again podcast. Just like I said, Pinku Style Podcast, FD live feed. So this is an actual podcast. This will count as episode number 104, 105, like episode 104, 105. So it will count kind of similar to the guys who watch like Joe Rogan back when he used to do the Fighter Companion. And but again, Joe's on a different level. So even if he did monetize it, which he's not going to not do that. And also they can't have the audio, I believe, also. So they watching it, kind of talk on it. And, yeah, I'm not going to monetize it. So, again, I'll try to get with FD and get some stuff done. Hey, what's going on? Sorry about that. Micho, what's going on? Micho, where you viewing for Micho?
My favorite thing on my car has to be the suspension. People like Part Shop Max and myself have dedicated ourselves to producing suspension that can turn a Corvette into a drift car.
Yes, I remember when Matt got that Corvette, and yeah, it was. I mean, I don't follow all these guys intimately, but I do remember him posting up on the thing. They got the Corvette and they want to make it, so that's pretty cool. And the prices of the C5, C6 over in Japan, about 9 to 12K. But a lot of those cars over here, they got the documents haven't been legalized, so the guys end up selling them. LS1 5.7 liter in Japan costs about. I bought one for 32, and I held on it for about a year or two. If we're working on some stuff to get a bunch of 5.3s over here, and I'll buy a couple of those. I could buy a couple of 5.3s for the price they want to sell me back my damn engine. Not gonna do that. But definitely want to get the LS1 stuff up and popping, man, because different things, man. The SR, what it is. I'm an RB guy. I like RBs. I like all the engines, but if I had to default to one engine, for good, it would be the RB. I got good success with RB, and that's why I want to get Jeff Jones on. I want to get Jake on and definitely talk about the benefits of RB, how to use them. Because I just think a lot of guys there don't know how to use the engine. And honestly, dude, come on, let's be real. The RB has the Jay-Z does not have. RB has much more wins than the Jay-Z platform. So come on, man, let's be real. And this is before billet blocks and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff was off the shelf. Parts that you couldn't get on, you couldn't go to Enjuco or FR Sports to buy these parts. But people who are knocking RB, man, you guys are just being blind sheep boys, man. Like the historic advantages of RB, the wins, all that stuff, man. You can't deny that, and that's what we'll talk about loosely. Talk about other stuff, but I just want to get two of the top RB competitive drivers. Myself, I use them. I have a lot of success, but I haven't won anything with my RBs, so I can't really speak on that. But I'll have those two guys on here when everything lines up. Ryan was getting a lot of crap, fun jabbing, poking stuff over the weekend, saying, "Hey, what's happening? What up?" But he just didn't want to drive the car and make the car look like shit. You know what I mean? And that's noble of him, man, to pull back, save that time, save money, save the car. And also not embarrass himself, so to speak, man, because the last season with that other car he had wasn't a good running for him, and he said he wanted to go back to his roots, so to speak. So his S14 is not legal for FD. That's why he got this S15 and everything.
Plan on seeing everybody in Orlando. Again, join us in just a couple weeks. Scorched, as it's deemed. Looking forward to that.
All right, Roger that, Micho, good stuff, man. Portland, I haven't been to Portland before. I think, Portland, Oregon, I haven't been there. So I've been in L.A., but I didn't really leave the USO, so I don't count that as being in L.A. I was East Coast guy, Baltimore, all up and down East Coast between Baltimore, between Florida and I think New Jersey was the highest. I go up and down, of course, South Carolina, North Carolina, stuff like that. Then after that, the first place I ever flew, first time on a plane was to Texas, 2016. So 2016, August 15th, 20, 2015, August 25th, man. That's when I went to basic training, and that kind of launched everything I do right now. So definitely look to travel more and get out there and meet more guys and go to different places. So look out for me to come to Portland and make it happen. I'm going to Atlanta July 4th. Going again, Atlanta Motor Speed, reporting Masuyama of By Now Japan.
What chassis, how much weight, and then the tire height for each of the tracks.
Good stuff. Yeah, but how's Mitchell? How's you say moved out from LA last year, man? How's LA overall? Like, what part of LA were you in, and what was the vibe and scene like, far as like the drift cars and street cars and stuff like that? Good stuff, man. KT, man. I'm definitely gonna get some Ks over here. I'm a KT guy. KT. Back when the SRs were coming out and booming, I had part of my disdain for the SR was how people who had SRs act. I couldn't afford it. I was gonna get a CA, but I couldn't afford the rest of the parts I needed at that time, so I did KT. And my K, I was making more power. Oh. Little contact, tight.
Bakshi's
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
side of Matt Field. You see him go on the opposite side. The accident
He looked broke, man. Still looks like something wrong on this side.
Kevlar body kits.
Is Odie's car is fucked, man.
Front bumpers. We got it all. That was interesting. How did he go on that side? Odie says, look, I need damage on this side, too. Let's just go and throw it on that side.
Well, we know these guys come
Oh, no, okay. He stopped so he didn't roll his. Like his tire is still pointed that way. I'm not sure if he got damaged with the steering or.
these kind of things.
No, okay. He took off the. He didn't want to roll his arrow over, man. Again, man, that's that. Outside of being awesome drifters, man, these guys got that. A new guy knock his shit off and here roll his goddamn stuff over, man. That arrow was expensive. Yeah, that arrow was expensive. You don't want to run that stuff over.
How the track is laid out. They even touched. They kissed.
Did kiss there, and then, yeah.
Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah, it's but I went from quote unquote grassroots, and then I got into pro am, then I got my pro stuff, and then it's like, man, it's like it comes in different stages, man. Like you notice see guys like Reese Millen and Sammy Hubernett and the guys Tanner Faust, and even like who's the one guy that always had the dope ass cars, man? Goddamn it, get nuts lab, Force Wing. I don't know. I think he started a family, things like that. So eventually you see some guys stay on. Again, you got JR, guys like that who got that Ford backing, well deserved. But you either got to have a shop that makes a ton of money over your normal supporting area to actually make that money and make the field, or you got to have somebody else point in. Which you look at F1. If it was down to F1, the drivers alone, they couldn't get their car there. That comes from millions of dollars per weekend to run. Lots of money to run. So it takes a lot to have a program. To be a solo guy, which is what I would be, other than with the support of Bridge Moto. Pretty much, yeah, man. It'll be like I have Bridge Moto there to support the car, be solid, not too crazy, enough to be legal and not over the top. And that's the thing, man. You got to have these cars as simple as possible while putting the most demands on. That's the hard bridge to gap, and where the guys who we always see in the finals can do that time at a time. The ones that can't, they just will not make top 16. It sucks that it's like that, but it's the nature of the beast. It's the way it goes, man. It's not anything personal. It's just that you got to be able to maintain. You got to be able to come to the plate with more. And until you can, you just will not make. You will not make it far. And that, yeah, you can correlate that to life, man. It just sucks that it's like that, but you got to be consistent. You can see when people start being consistent or they're not producing as much, you just kind of don't see them as much, or they fade away. You look at music, you look at sports. It happens to everybody. It's the way of life. Nobody stays around forever, and there's no fill of space. I got sidetracked reading Mitchell's stuff right there.
And then Odie's going to quickly transition a bit early there. And that's where you see the contact. Can we roll that back just real quick one more time? I want to just take a look at one little item.
So Mitchell was pretty much saying, like, guys reading the tech right there, he's saying like the scene is better out there due to which comes. So yeah, I can definitely again, I've never been to Oregon, man, but then Oregon is not as nearly as big as LA. You know what I mean? Because people don't realize, man, how fucking long California is. So like when you say California, like, oh, everybody assume you're from like Hollywood, or it's kind of like when dudes assume, because Japan is actually not wide. I mean, I got the Pacific Ocean is literally about 4 football fields away from the Pacific Ocean right now. Yeah, man. So Japan is not wide. So the coast, you can go coast to coast easy. But it's very long. So you can drive. So to drive from top to bottom, if you start from here where I'm at Amori and drive down, it takes 24 hours to drive down. So I've done it. We did it. We split it in 12. We got there at a little bit in 26, 25 hours. We had a little detour. So we drove from top to bottom of Japan in 25 hours. And this was a hotel because we had to stay in military. There's a work rest cycle rule, and you can't drive but so many hours and stuff like that. So we had to cut it off at 12. That was the rule.
Field is focusing on his right rear, possible bent arm. So that could play a major role here. He does have 10 minutes.
So yeah, man, Mitchell, man. Yeah, I'm not sure if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, man. Just send me an ad or whatever, man. Definitely, man. Just to get more context. I think I got some buddies in Oregon, but yeah, man. I'm not sure. So yeah, man. Looking to get around and do different things. And then when I come to the States to do stuff, I'll try to maximize my time in the States, man. I really want this Corona crap to go away. That way we can move freely. We can do what we got to do. I haven't been vaccinated. There's no push to make it happen here in Japan. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do like I'm not forced to do anything yet. Of course, you got to get the negative test before you leave and you depart and stuff like that. So I'll do that. Of course, I'll play my part. But I'm trying to do like PlayStation 5, 4, and all that stuff like that, man. Even when the new PlayStation come out, I think I got the PlayStation 2 like right away. But the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, I was like, man, let me let this shit mature because it started going to the internet stuff, right? So it's like everybody who got on the first fat PlayStation 3s, they had heating problems. So like same thing with the PlayStation 4s. Not so much. The PlayStation 5 had heating issues. So like that first batch of stuff, I'm never Corona shots and everything. And again, I'm not using guinea pigs. Is going to work or not. The military actually, for the first time, is a basic training. You go in line with a bunch of people nuts to butt, as we call it. And you stand in the single line, you go down the line, they just stick you in your arm as you go down the line, and you get these big ass welts in your arm, you get all this stuff, and then like so when you get done, you have vaccinations, you have the anthrax, Corona stuff. They actually gave guys the option, but they also said if you don't, I think if you don't take it, you get something goes wrong, and if you do take it, something goes wrong as far as like your paperwork and stuff like that. So either way, you were fucked. But they did give you the option, which is rare in the military. Military, you generally don't get an option on what you got to do. Life up. No, I never did Super D or anything like that. Like I haven't drifted in America since 2007. My last time drifting in America was Summit Point. It was Drift 9 is when I started the car stuff. 2001 is when I found my first group of car guys who are still in my life today. And 2003 is when I got my first, 2003, 2004 is when I got my first car. No, sorry about that. 2002 is when I got my first car. 2003 is when I got my 240. I got a Celica for like, it was a piece of shit. So, I got into that stuff and everything, did the street racing thing, like, you know, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, sometimes Sunday, we go out there and race and everything. So for the first like 7 years of my car stuff, it was just street racing. And I thought we were the best in the damn streets. And granted, we weren't, you know, we had it because I was like, man, I'm in the military now. I still was doing street racing, but one of my buddies had got busted, and I kind of like had to fall back from it because I didn't want to get in trouble. Years, there was autocross right at FedEx going on. I didn't know about it, and I thought it was like expensive. It wasn't. It was $40. You go there, you do your runs and everything. I actually won a couple events, and I also got into real drifting again. Like I mentioned, Amy, I was doing like J turns and high school stuff and running from cops and things like that. So I got into my first drift event was Old Dominion Speedway at Manassas, Virginia, with the Slideways crew, Yoshi Jeffrey, all those guys, the Teats brothers, all those guys, man. I met David Bellamo out there. And so I was kind of late to the party with the actual track stuff. 2007 was when I did my first track event ever was 2007. And from there, man, I got hooked because I learned so much stuff in that one event than I did all those years trying to do. And I had to go in rain because, you know, rain, you save your tires, and also it doesn't make the screeching noise. So I could go in rain and practice. My car was loud, but the rain also, in the environment, you guys know when it rains, the rain takes up space, the space takes up matter, whatever you want to say, science shit. But it's a silencer, so it deadens the noise, so I would go out always. But at that one event, after that one event, I was hooked. I was like, man, streets are done to me. I learned so much stuff, and then when I got to Japan, the seat time was just ridiculous, man. I mean, I just went yesterday. I mean, I can go to the track 7 days a week and drift in Japan. I don't need an event. I don't need a coordinator. I can go drifting 7 days a week if I could afford it, honestly, and if I had the time to not, you know, to do what I had to do, man. I could drift every day. So anyway, you know, the seat time equals up and everything, and you know, you just got to kind of do what you got to do. So saying, long story short, I haven't drifted in America since 2007. I will be in Atlanta on July 4th for the first time since 2007, and looking forward to seeing how my skills play out there. You know, I mean, left-handed techniques, Alan Newsom, and we're gonna get that done. So we got Atlanta, Orlando, Englishtown, Erie, PA, Monroe, West Virginia, not West Virginia, fucking Washington, St. Louis, Long Beach, and California, Arendelle. So It's going quick, man. It just felt like the damn season was just over, man. God damn, dude. It's like freaking May. And, like, I don't get, like, I'm not nervous. Like, I got a lot of stuff to do, man. It's like, man, I had dates set. I told people I was going to have the cappuccino done by now. I haven't turned a damn bolt on that car, man. Again, man, you know, guys there who are watching, listening, whatever, when you're doing business stuff or whatever, man, you gotta stick to what you gotta do. You get off track once, and it just fucks everything up, screws everything up, and you will never get back on task. So it's just one of those things where I'm not being, even though I know that the cappuccino build will yield me a good amount of eyeballs. I've already done a couple builds like that, and for about 2 weeks I got a little bit of buzz, and then nothing. I didn't get any customers off of it. I'm trying to sell a Subaru based off being a magazine car, but that's not selling, so that's not a guaranteed that a magazine car is going to sell, and also it's not a different caliber. So the cappuccino is a different, you know, it's going to be a real showpiece. So I don't want to do anything half-assed. So I've just been like leaving it in the back. Definitely going to get on it when I get done with it. It's definitely going to be a cool ass build. Trust me. You know, and the cool thing about it, I can leave the engine relatively stock. 500 horsepower, 550 horsepower, which is nothing for a JZ engine. Dude, that's going to be equivalent to like 13, 14 horsepower power to weight ratio. It's going to be cool. Trust me.
And now he's utilizing the competition timeout. The whole team is working on it. Ryan, what do you got?
Well, I was wanting to reference that section in the rule book that talks about this specific thing. It's in 5.1.3. It says, in the case where you have a situation in the final battle where a driver has excessive damage to his vehicle, and we want to finish the event, so that way the lead driver can't take advantage of this rule. Hey, I know I'm not at fault, you know, and not fix their car. Yeah. That we reserve the right to give them more time to fix the vehicle. If the car is completely smashed up and totally trashed, then they would call it, and you know, then Matt would get the win in that situation. But the way that the rule is written here is it says, if the case above occurs in the final battle, Formula Drift reserves the right to make adjustments to the rule above in order to complete the competition. Example, allow additional time beyond the 10 minutes for repair.
So I'm listening to these guys speak, and what they're saying is pretty much the rules. The rules dictate different things, so they're going back and forth. If you guys can check out the rules, I'm not going to get into it. Cause of damage, what's the severity of the damage is going to change things on versus how they're going to run, how they're going to do things. So yeah.
As well, excuse me, but you know, I know that the teal and blue teams are working, so the clock is ticking for Matt Field, but you brought up a great point. They're not thrashing. You can see the alignment tools there on the wheels, making sure everything is up to snuff.
Yeah, so they're trying to get everything done, everything switched the way they look like he's rolling. So
Fire up, let her rip, Tater Chip. That's right. All right.
So Matt's going back out to the line.
Make some noise, Atlanta. Don't stop believing. That's right, Brooks. Don't stop believing.
But Matt Field, they fixed his car. He's going to get back up there. They were just about to determine if the car was not fixable. But with that contact, yeah. Phil had to mess up significantly to get one more time possibly. But if Field has a good run on his next run, then he's gonna win this, man. So it's pretty. Yeah.
Interesting thing is how much damage.
So I haven't been following, but I'm not sure. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Phil competed last season. Or I'm not sure. I just don't remember seeing Phil name much at all. And I know the Corvette was being built. So to come with a new car and everything, and then if he wins this, man, it's pretty cool, man. All right, so people are chiming in now. It's about to end. So it's about to end. They got Matt Fields just got his car fixed. Odie's warmed up his tires, so they're about to go on and run. Odie made contact, and I think knocked off the line or something like that. So offered by Odie, and you know it's only fair right there. So they got to play within the realm of the rules, and it is a competition. It is judged, but there are also rules, and that's kind of how things go. So.
Let's get those lights up once again. We got a packed house.
Yeah, I'm watching right on my phone right now. I'm watching on 1080, and I'm getting my feed is like, you know, I'm watching it and recording at the same time. So Yeah, so it's probably the
Still have a packed
probably your
house
router,
here.
man.
Yeah,
So I'm getting a little bit of buffers on my end,
turn 'em on Saturday night.
but it's still going like it's chipping out a little bit. So
So light up the
what I'm
night,
gonna do
get
for the
your
next one,
phone.
yeah, it's saying right there it's dropping frames. So I'm gonna lower the on my end. I'm gonna lower the quality, which I don't want to do right now. I got it on ultra, so I think it's a little bit too much for my router, which is like it's wired from downstairs and it's coming up to my studio. So I might have to drop the bit rate, and also it's live, so the live also puts a little bit of demand on stuff. So I might have to start to act up as well. It's just every couple seconds it's dropping out.
Here we go. Send it for the finals. Odie Bakshis out front.
Here we go.
In the chase position. Who's coming out on top? Odie missing some of those carbon Kevlar bits. Wraps it around that front clip. Gets a little closer. Doesn't
Look like Matt Field's car is going good. A lot of smoke. Odie is aggressive.
big correction.
Yeah, Matt's car is off, man.
Is that considered incomplete? Kind of came out of power and now coming back down the hill.
Yeah. So unfortunately, with the contact, I think there's going to be one more time, possibly because again the first run had the contact by Odie. The second run you had Matt straighten up. It seems like something's off. It don't.
If the two incompletes
Right.
in the chase are in fact legit.
So we got to go to one more time.
Odie had one for hitting Matt, right? Now let's take a look at Matt in the chase. Oh man, this is getting interesting. We thought it was
Just like I called it, man. Again, man, you can't see. Oh, he's gonna win for sure. Like anytime you got an action like that and they fix the car, these guys did a hot fix. They got back on the track. There's no time to test anything other than they did a few donuts and everything. But those donuts are not really telling on what's going to happen when you got the car going down the hill in competition, trying to get the proximity and stuff like that. As you can see right here, Odie kind of backed off, straightened out right there. Not Odie, Matt. He straightened up, backed off right there. So the incomplete on. Shit, it's a full incomplete. The lead run was incomplete because of the contact, so I think they got to do it one more time, man. They gotta run this back.
Now, and they're analyzing just as hard as you are. Oh man, the fans don't want to go home. The fans don't want to go home.
One more time.
Is it Odie? What do you guys think? Where are my Odie fans at? Odie, what do you guys think? Where are my Matt Field fans at? Where are my Matt Field fans? Guess what?
Yeah, it's only fair. It's only fair with the collision in the front, and then which gonna show up again, so they get a time to run it back again. So now they probably like Odie's car is probably a little bit jacked up too. Field's car is definitely jacked up, but they got the chance to run it that time. So again, this is where the professional level driver coming in. You got to be able to adjust quickly on the spot, and that's the difference between a pro driver and an amateur, and being able to make stuff happen with whatever, man. Again, I kind of go back to yesterday with the RX-8. I headed the track. The first time I went out there, I never drifted RX-8, never really watched the how-to. I mean, I know how to drift and everything. So I went out there. I had my guy in the passenger seat, just showing him like the track. Then I just went to a drift, and it was like not sliding. The car was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, fuck this. Let's just thrash this bitch, man. Went in hard, fourth gear entry, and then made it happen. And it slid. It was just too much work to drive that RX-8 yesterday. So definitely go back and check out the video. It's just uploaded it yesterday. It was me, the RX-8. Then I drove his RX-7, which has K-Sport Air Sport Pro air suspension on it. First time drifting air suspension. First time drifting RX-7. First time drifting RX-8 yesterday. So it was a cool day. We just went up there and made it happen. So yeah, man. That's just the difference between being a pro driver and being able to adapt. So those guys, believe it or not, they got all the data they needed for that run. They're going to get time to fix things up a little bit. If Matt Field car is damaged to the point where they can't get it to run right, they're going to – I think Odie's probably going to win because Odie's car took a little bit less damage, it looks like. So it's pretty cool to see. So anytime they throw it back to this stuff like this, they're looking at they're showing the same stuff again, the timeout. So they just already showed us already. And this is Matt Field again. So again, got three members in right now. Again, doesn't deter me from doing this stuff, man. Getting out there, the Facebook stuff and all that stuff like that, man. Looking back at my channel, the content is good. They're just trying some new stuff right here. And again, I'm glad I did this test run by myself before I got my guy Alexis on there. So next time, everything is set up. So all I got to do is save it, save the live feed for there and add Lexus to it, and we'll go the next time. So I'll change the bitrate settings for the next time, guys. So the quality that you see now, which it looks like on my phone. I mean, I'm looking at 1080p. All right, so it knocks it down. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I just knocked it down to 480 by mistake on my end, on my actual phone. So I've been streaming 720p on my phone right here, and so I'm got a live stream going on. So it's a lot of stuff for the computer to process. The computer I have is a built unit. I'm getting to the specs, there's some geek stuff or whatever, but it's a multi-core processor, and it has a good amount of RAM, and everything's good to go, man. So it's only used for podcasting, and that's it. And so I might add a little bit more RAM to it, adjust the bitrate settings, that way I can give you guys a smoother product. But again, the audio sounds good. The Wi-Fi signal, they got probably repeaters and stuff all around. And but again, still pretty damn cool, man. Again, I'm very impressed. The professional presentation of they're pushing D1, so D1 is doing now the same thing. And then like the other guys, RDS, Drift Masters, you got the Drift Kings, which I got my pro license on the Drift Kings. What was called King of Nations, King of Europe, and then they came to Japan. It was called King of Japan. So they had all these different places. So Mike Protrier, that's my guy. I had him on a podcast and everything. They just made it Drift Kings Internationals. That way they have everything under one banner, because they had all these different names and all that stuff. It was hard to follow, so it's all on one banner now. So I am a pro driver under Drift Kings International, to make it easy, make it simple out there. All right, so the guys are just tuning in, waiting for the Matt Phil got a little bit over aggressive and hit the the left control wheel of Matt Phil, and they had to fix the alignment. So because Odie hit him, they gave him more, and it's a final battle. It's not like a next car up. There was the final two guys, so they had to give him more time to fix his car, and then they went out the last time, and then Matt Phil kind of straightened up, had an incomplete run. So two incompletes cancel out. You get the one more time. So that's the guy going on right now. So right now they're just doing the stuff. They're checking it out right now, and they should be able to run. And we'll see who's going to get the win here. I'm kind of going to go with whoever has the least amount of damage, which seems like it's Odie's car, because Odie looked fine in that lead run, but Matt kind of straightened out, which is uncharacteristic of a Matt driver at that level, and a car that's been looking good all weekend from what I heard. Because I didn't watch top 32. I didn't watch qualifying yesterday. And I kind of got in. I came in at my shop at top 16 when they talking to the recruiter, and it didn't work out. And that kind of settings had to re-link things and reset things, and it's looking good right now. Everything's looking good.
And we are back, baby. Can you feel the heat wave? Yeah, the sun is set, but you can feel the heat coming off that car. These two drivers, both of them just had some flubs talking with their spotters, Chow and Amy, and it's like, what's up?
So yeah, man, for the getting, man, the guys, and that's nothing against anybody else, but as a team, they got the ability, the skills, the funds, and everything to make these cars do what they do. So if you don't have that and you got a smaller program, keep your car simple. This is my advice, pro driver to pro driver, or a guy who's looking to come up. Keep your car simple. Keep your car easily fixable, because if you have an over the top build, you're not going to be able to keep up. Maybe we can sustain it for one round, but when shit breaks and you don't have the money to have those backup parts, spare wheels, tires already mounted, ready to go, ready to swap out, same size, same width, all that stuff, man, that really plays a point. And then you see, like right there, they're swapping out their tires. They got the time. They're not rushing, so they have time right there. But at the same time, you got to make sure you got all the tools you need to get guys hustling a little bit to make things happen, get new tires. Just like I just called it. New tires are out the thing. Fresh tire, you're just not going to do well, man. So you got to be within your means, even within a pro level. And it even goes to F1 NASCAR. NASCAR, they kind of bridge it a little bit, but F1, you see the guys who win consistently. Then you see the teams who don't win consistently. Some of the teams go away. They just even with the millions of dollars, and they got money. It's just also the personnel, the driver, the car, the contracts they got in the background. There's a lot of stuff that goes into motorsports to get that win, to get on the line, to get on that grid. And it's one thing that, for me, understanding it, and I can speak on it. And also my guy Alexa will come in later on a future episode. We could speak on that, what it takes into motorsports to get out there and go. So definitely just keep it normal, stay within your means, and you'll make stuff happen.
It's funny because I listened to the Maxim Driftcast. say a dark horse, but he's just always this kind of like, hey, like pops up out of the corner like, hey, what's going on, guys? Like 5 minutes. They're like, oh yeah, we didn't talk about teal and blue, but let's talk to another teal and blue driver. Laurent Nickel is with JTP.
Well, JTP is down, up here in the office, and there is so much craziness and chaos going on. Can you attribute that to the first round butterflies?
Like helping his team put that car back together. I don't know really what happened with Matt with like the whole tire situation, but yeah, I think it's just like we're all trying to get back in the swing of things. We haven't really, I mean, last year was just weird, and like this is the first time.
Yeah. So right now she's interviewing JTP, and he's just going over, for their commentary. So they're just talking about the season and everything, and like you said, man, the last year was weird. It made it happen. They made it, it was like you screw up, you win the next day down. I forgot which one it was, but so yeah, man, it's just health is one thing. I mean, again, this is second year in. I haven't had corona. I haven't been sick with corona. I was sick once, and it was like a little bit of food, not food poisoning, but I ate like some shit that was kind of old. And yeah, man, that was I just spit that shit up, and that was it. So I mean, that was just some food stuff. So I'm stayed away from groups of people. I haven't done as much jiu-jitsu. And when I go to Tokyo, I'm kind of like in and out. Got my mask on and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, man, I'm just this stuff seems like it's some kind of government plan. And man, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but look, man, to me it just seems like they want to control the people. And that they means the government. There's always a they. You say they who talking about behind the scenes is I tell you. I mean, without going into too much detail, because I mean I was paramilitary, the secret stuff and everything. But trust me, man, you don't know everything, man. Even when I was in, I've seen a lot of stuff. All right, so we got right here Matt Field in the lead. Nice entry, nice and tight. Odie falling back. You got with that ending and the duration of the run. I'm gonna get this run personally to Matt. Matt definitely has the advantage. All right, so again, my opinion is Matt has this so far. He has a really good, convincing, very good close follow with no collisions, no stuff like that. Matt Field will definitely win this. Again, guys, thanks for signing in. Again, the numbers been up and down. I think the max numbers I've seen was 8. This was just, man. I got up. I didn't set an alarm, and I had a late night last night. And I was like, I want to start doing this, and I just kind of got good timing. So I got it right at top 16. Aggressive. Smoke. Ooh, keep it clean. Oh, nice, Sparks. Fucking nice right there.
Correction, and then I saw the judges kind of like, facing hands.
Well, they started even at the beginning of this battle, and now one driver is gonna.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Again, I don't want to use the Formula Drift, joint to talk about that, but I mean, we can. I mean, that's again, man. Like I got Lex here. It'll be a lot more back and forth. Won't be any. Sorry about the downtime, but I'm like checking stuff, looking at the analysts and stuff, and then like looking at my chat thing here. But I'm definitely, man. Come on, man. Like the first 6 months. I mean, 6 months of it, I can understand, man. But like you talking about, this is going on fucking year 2, man. And like it's like a setup almost for the business stuff. Me being a business owner, man, I lost 75K worth of revenue last year. Only reason I survived is because I have I have a well-run business. I don't do any shady stuff, so I'm not losing money left and right. And yeah, man, to survive the year, so I'm happy to do that, man. But this is like, bro, we got to get back to it, man. I can't if I have a business meeting in California to do something to make something lucrative. I gotta weigh into the fact that I gotta, even though my business is a big international business, you can't compare a multi-billion-dollar corporation with a single guy. Even though I'm doing my thing, providing for myself, providing for my family, and taking care of my customers, I understand that. But it seemed like they want the bigger guys to win. Smaller guys, they want to fuck off, and it's like I'm out of the military. My secret clearance is expired. Some things you just keep OPSEC, man. You just can't tell people that stuff before on that. But again, yeah.
Yo, thank you guys. Thank you, Atlanta, so much for coming out here and joining us, sticking around. Hard charging, hard parting. Here's our BC Racing custom coilover side by side.
I've been changing my stuff up a little bit with business, man. Because that first 2 years, man, I always kind of got no sleep. Well before my business, it was just what I did to kind of make the drift thing happen, and that's why I hate excuses of people like I'm tired or this, that, and the other. Motherfucker, I spent 3 years in Iraq, and I did a bunch of stuff, man, here in Japan, man, to boost myself up and do D1 stuff and everything. So don't like excuses like that, but at the same time, man, I was disregarding my health, man, and then like I was at a point I was getting sick like a little bit too easy because I was not getting that sleep, man. You guys are there again, man. You don't get sleep, your body breaks down. Your body will tell you when it's going to do. And I don't care how strong you are. I'm a very strong guy physically, very strong guy mentally. But when your body shuts down and starts doing this shit involuntarily, you can't do nothing about it, man. So again, like I said, I had a little stomach bug about 2-3 months ago. And I mean, like, dude, I went to sleep. My fucking stomach is bubbling and everything. And while I was sleeping, I kept feeling myself forcing to fucking throw up down, right? So I got up one time, went to the fucking violent puke, man. I could see everything, and it's just like, yeah, dude. It's like, and then right after I threw up, man, I guess whatever was in my stomach when I do. Okay, so they don't announce it. All right, got you. I got you. See, that's cool. So what they do is they talking and everything. I really wasn't paying attention. Well, celebratory donuts means you won, so Mac won. Like I said.
Well, here we go. Those 3 vehicles come champion. Vaughn Gittin Jr. Got that 3rd place podium. The defending and 2-time champion. Stepping outside of his vehicle, a great place to be, given just the fierce competition, an awesome display of horsepower. Make some noise for your 3rd place finisher here in round 1.
Man, it's a cool feeling, man. Again, I keep it real with all my guys out there. Been in the game a long time, very, very, very capable drifter. But for whatever the stuff I had going on in the military and stuff like that, man, I never made a podium. But definitely, man, looking forward to coming back, and I got the assets now. I have my car, drag things out. So now that I'm separated from the military, got my own business, got my own trucks, got solid support systems in place. Same position, man. They've been in the game for a while. For whatever the reason may be, shit doesn't work out.
Pilots a Falcon Tire vehicle. Has a V8 under the hood. Is one of 2 frenemies. And the winner is unanimous. Odie Bakshis. Odie Bakshis gets the win.
Wow.
And Matt Field gets 2nd place. A Falcon Tire 1 and 2. Odie Bakshis.
Damn. So they called it, man. Odie got it. Odie won, man.
Matt Field, your number 1 qualifier, comes up just a bit short, gets 2nd place in that Falcon Tires Drift Cave Corvette. Vaughn Gittin Jr. rounds out the podium with that Monster Energy Nitto Tire 4 Performance Mustang RTR Spec 5D. Lorette Nickel is down there. She is going to wrap out with Odie Bakshis. Lorette?
Odie, congratulations.
Good stuff, man.
2021, amazing. Round number 1. Man, when you were lining up on that.
All right, guys. Well, there it is, man. Me and Lex talked about this the last podcast, and I woke up this morning and from a late night, and I turned on my phone and I seen the top 32 was going on, and like just finishing, and top 16 was about to kick off. So I ran from my house to the shop, got in my studio, had a little bit of technical difficulties, had to pay some stuff off and everything as far as my broadcasting software. and had to link everything back up because it's been 2 years since I last tried to do a live podcast, and everything looks good. Everything's going great. What I will do is, like I said, I'll drop the bitrate down a little bit more to not drop as many frames because I'm getting another warning right here. It's just dropping frames, so I'm not sure how. I got to watch it back and see how it looks, but on my phone, it looks smooth. Talking to you guys now. So what I'll be in the future, it'll be me and Lex doing these. If he has time, if I have time as well. So I don't want to make. I'm not going to set in stone that we're going to do this. And also, it's not going to be only Formula Drift, man. We're going to do other stuff. And then eventually, once I get back out there in the saddle, you won't probably see that much of me. But we'll do this here and there. So this will be a podcast. This is going to be a podcast. I believe number 104. Sorry about that. Even 104, 105, man. It's starting to get a blur now. But anyway, I'll be doing that. Be sure to like and subscribe and share it around. We'll be doing this stuff. I'll be doing some giveaways. Different style than how other people doing it. I'm not doing it for likes. I'm just doing it to kind of give back. And I've been fortunate to have health, to work hard as fuck, to be here in Japan and do what I do and run my shop and everything. So I will not say that nobody gave me anything because nobody gave me anything. And you guys there who don't know me, again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being my test dummies. And so to speak and everything, and it's been cool. And I look forward to running these numbers up. I know Maximus Maximus does it as well. I know all those guys, Paco, Brian, Corey. We all know each other, but not competing with those guys. My thing is not a drift cast. I'm a podcast, so I talk to all my guys that do different things, music, sports, whatever. So anyway, it's gonna be Diane signing from Masao Japan, Pinku style. See you guys later. Thanks for checking in. Peace.